Scotty, all the listeners out there are just waiting for your description of the conditions here and what sort of cyclone's blowing through Norwood Oval here. What's going on, mate?
Well, I hate to disappoint you, boys. There is not a breath of wind.
Oh, stop it.
The ground looks a little dewy,
yes,
but it's probably the best I've seen the Norwood Oval look for quite some time. So I'm expecting a high standard of footy here tonight. And although I've been down in the Eagles' rooms, I'm still expecting the Redlegs to win quite easily tonight.
Good on you, Scotty Cunningham there with a Mannix air conditioning. A match of the day preview. Siren sounded, ready to get under the way. The Eagles are kicking to the northern end. It's Lindsay doing the rocking work. He'll be up against Carlo Calabrese of the Redlegs. Gets the tap down and he does it pretty well. The Eagles go forward through the corridor. Nice work. This could be a dream start. Kenny McGregor. In fact, it was. Yeah, it was. Gets the first touch of the night. In for a big one, I'd reckon. George Fiarchi doesn't agree. Daniel Wise gets it back to Kenny McGregor's second touch in 35 seconds, but it was a poor one. And Stevie Daniels goes towards the outer side of the parade, half-back flank. Crouch has the ball. His left foot kick goes towards the centre wing. It comes off the shins of a couple of players. Brett James, the skipper of the Redleg side, appeared to have guarded the ball. I thought he might have let it go out. He didn't. Danny Morton lends a hand and they edge the ball towards their half-forward line, the Norwood side. Daniel Wise dispossesses the Norwood runners and then kicks to half-forward flank. Well, a mark was dropped, which should have been taken. I reckon it could have been Kenny, or was it? Now Kenny. It's Darzanos. Goes over the top. Can he find a teammate? It's McKenzie. Play-on's the call. One-on-one contest. There's Kenny, top of the square. Runs into 3 or 4 players. Can he get that ball out? He can't. Nice work by the Eagles. Hayden Walker finds a teammate. Quick kick for goal. First score of the night. No, Troy Clements. And the last line of defence takes a mark, eases the pressure momentarily.
He does. He goes out to the scoreboard side of the ground. Norwood hang on to the footy now, just trying to work it up the outer side of the parade. Going inboard, Lindsay chips in and cuts that one off. Does well, knocks it to a runner at ground level. They're looking pretty good, the Eagles inside the forward 50. Hands go up, can't take a mark. And once again, the Redlegs runners at ground level are there to mop it up and bring it towards the 5DN commentary box grandstand side. Crouch provides the shepherd, just getting in there and picking it up was Ball Ace. Cleverly done, puts it over the top, looking for a lead there from Cotton. And he takes a good chest mark low down right in front. Right in front of the 5DN commentary box. Quick to play on, spins around onto that left leg, goes to centre half forward, the big leading option coming out. Oh, gutsy stuff there done by little Danny Wise. He gets it over there towards Shirley. He's clever to get it on now towards Colville, the captain. Comes in board and has some runners. Shares it with Sikalella. He tries to get it across to Wise, but it's a shocking hand pass. He has to go off the ground at the end. Cleverly, though, because it goes out towards Darzanos. He has enough time and now to get around onto his left boot. Straightens up a shocking kick, though. Lux of Fortune goes to Colville, and he's got Kenny McGregor on the lead inside the forward 50. He's looking hungry, looking desperate, looking for a big game. First one back from the Crows, George Fiarchi.
Yes, and looking to make me look stupid again, isn't he? He's
not hard to do.
He's had 3 very important touches early in this game, and Eagles, Scotty Cunningham picked it early that the Eagles are actually looking very alert, and they mean business tonight. See whether they can keep up for 4 quarters.
Apparently their second half last week against the Roosters was very good. After they appeared to have lost the game, they were down by just a tad under 5 goals at half-time and then came home with a bit of a rush and made the Roosters look pretty ordinary. Now, that gave the club a fair bit of confidence. A lot will depend on what they can do in the opening minutes of this quarter, and to date, Corey, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Kenny has it, kicking from right on 50 there. Spent plenty of time adjusting his boot. Has he adjusted it the right way? No, he hasn't. It's just gone away to the left. The first score of the match, a minor score going to the Eagles on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. But they are looking quite impressive. Norwood bring the footy in. They come grandstand side. They find the big fella in Pitt. He works it along the boundary into some space, looking for Cotton again on centre wing. Can't quite get there for the mark this time. Back in ball, working pretty hard. There was Wosley. His hand pass ill-directed, goes towards Lindsay. Jeffries also working hard at ground level. Cotton almost picked that off. Goes at the second effort across to Crouch. He's sat upon by a couple. Lindsay goes in this time. Stands in the tackle. He's wrapped up and the umpire's forced to come in and have a bounce. Grandstand side of the Norwood Oval. Players getting a little bit willing, a little bit of dew on the grass as well.
Right, Corey, the Eagles are fair dinkum tonight. They're just in and out under this ball. They're just tackling very hard, especially early. We'll see if they can keep this up. Rob Popplestone.
Lindsay up against Calabrese. Calabrese, nice work, taps it forward. They go through Ball Ace. Nice hands. James to Morton, and the blink of an eye, Morton goes towards full forward. Hall punches the ball to the ground. Who's going to be first player there? It's the Eagles, Joseph Pedler, who lends a hand. Nice work. Scotty Bassett, left foot kick, 25 out, straight through the big one for the Redlegs. Good work. The Cutaway mini-skip scoreboard. Norwood, 1 straight goal. The Eagles are behind. You're listening to 5DN Footy.
When you've been in business for 80 years, you're not only good at what you do, your customers keep coming back. That's why Smith Motor Company has been around since 1922. But right now, Smith Motor Company are having their biggest clearance sale ever on new and used holders. Sensational prices and a 6-year warranty on new cars and a 5-year warranty on used cars. This is a limited offer. Plus, Smith Motor Company has unbelievable prices on Car of the Year Barina and Astra. So test drive them today at Smith Motor Company, Port Adelaide, Queenstown and Blair Athol. Terms and conditions apply.
Back here at the parade, the Eagles go forward once more, but they're cut off at half-back. Norwood have got the numbers and they've got the runners. It comes towards Crouch. Big long kick up towards centre-half forward. He's got some space. Players close that back on it. Scotty Bassett's there. Well done. Pedler, though. He's taken a bit high in the tackle. I thought the umpire says play on. Brett James is there at ground level. Squeezes a hand pass out. I don't know how. Wosley straight through. That's tough footy from the Redlegs. They're answering back. Players pile in on top of the footy. The umpire will be forced to come in and have a bounce on the arc of the 50, the southern end of Norwood Oval.
Yes, mentioned a couple of times, Corey Wingard. They're up fierce out there. Norwood now have taken the challenge back up to the Eagles. They've got the ball in their forward 50 once, and they've scored from it. Scotty Bassett on Joseph Pedler. But a crowd of 5,000 enjoying this contest early.
So on the arc of the 50, ball bounced down. Ball Ace, first player there. Nice tackle. Circalella dispossesses that player. Pushing the back to the call. Pretty stiff. Ball Ace gets the free kick. Right half forward. Grandstand side of the parade. The Redlegs kicking to the parade end. Scotty Bassett's the target. Pedler, I thought, pushed him in the back. Play on was the call. Nice work ground level by the Eagles. Tom Wigley put his head over the ball. He's the helmeted fella. One of two, the other being James McClure. And desperation stops the ball 30 metres out from the Redlegs goals directly in front. The Redlegs leading on the cutaway mini skip scoreboard. 1 goal. The Eagles 1 behind. We've played just on 6 minutes of this first quarter.
The umpire about to... Sorry, George.
You're right. Keep going.
About to restart play now. Puts it down. The big fella's wrestling Urbury in the ruck there. Tap comes down almost to the Morton there. It was working hard at ground level. He has it now on his left boot. Has to snap it. Goal.
There's
pretty
another
good
one.
too. Oh, we've picked him. They're on fire, the Redlegs. They haven't had as many opportunities, probably inside their forward 50, but they are making them count. No doubt about that at all. Danny Morton has the second for Norwood for the night. The Eagles 1 behind on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard.
Yes, on 5DN footy, you're finding that Norwood have gone in their forward 50 twice, and both times have kicked 2 very important goals. The Eagles have started on fire, but just can't convert when they get in their forward 50. But Norwood, they are looking the goods so far early in this game. Score 2 goals, Norwood. Eagles 1 point.
Well, it's quarter time. Scotty Cunningham, thanks to Mannix Air Conditioning, will give his thoughts on this first quarter. Ball bounced down. Lindsay takes it nicely, looks for McClure, finds that player. But guess what? He's been found by 2 or 3 Norwood players. Dispossessed. Carslake tries to bust the pack and cannot held in. Bounce down to take place just metres to the Eagles side of the centre circle here at the Norwood Oval. Well, plenty of people on the Coopers Hill, as is always the case. Each and every Redlegs home game. Can't wait till this game is finished so I can enjoy a Cooper's Pale. Ball bounced down. Brett James from a standing start kicks to the arc of the 50. Nice work front of the pack. The big fella Urbury tries to kick it off the ground. Misses the ball. Nice work. Ball Ace. He's taken off it. Morton comes in. Sikalala left foot kick. Standing start. 35 metres to the centre of Norwood Oval. Darzanos ground level. Tell you what, a few of the Eagles players are just having trouble getting a handle on the ball in the dewy conditions. Brett James finds Clements. He's taken high. Free kick centre half back. Finds his teammate, and I speak of Matty Dawes.
Yeah, he goes out wide to the outer side, half forward flank. He looks for big Carlo Calabrese lumbering after it. Can't quite get down and pick it up. He's good at ground level, though. Gets around Sikalella. Hand passes inboard. McKenzie's there for the Eagles to chip it off. He piles on top of the footy. Gallagher jumps over the top. The ball squeezes out the back. It's still there for someone to win. It's hacked inside the Norwood 50 towards the boundary line there. Leading in the chase is Shirley. He goes flying over the top of the footy, and the ball is out about 25 metres around from the red leg goal, just in front of the Coopers Hill, and it is chock-a-block tonight too, Poppy.
It certainly is, and big Carlo Calabrese, we haven't seen a lot of him, but he looked like a big praying mantis then when he was on the ground.
Well, Fruin will do the ruck work against Urbury. Nice work to McClure from defensive 50, kicks to the right half-back flank. First player there is an Eagle, and it's Wigley, but he's beaten to it by the boundary throw in, left half forward flank for the Norwood side.
Praying mantis are normally skinny. I wouldn't call Carlo Calabrese skinny. He is a fairly hefty man, and if you comes up here and looks for you, George. I'm not getting in his way. Ball thrown in.
That was
Calabrese and Lindsay. Calabrese and Lindsay doing the ruck work. The Eagles have some numbers at ground level, and Wise, who has been busy so far in this match, puts them inside the forward 50. Good contest there by the Eagles. Just working back was King. Got in front of Pitt, but Pitt's pretty good at ground level, I should say, and he sees the ball over the boundary line about 20 metres around from the Eagles goal, this time at the northern end of the parade. Just around from the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard, which reads Norwood 2 straight goals, 12, the Eagles 1 behind. The umpire set the restart play. Walker, it is doing the ruck work for the Eagles up against Calabrese. Tap comes out the back. The numbers are there with Norwood, and Carslake's pretty clever to combine with a teammate and get them out of trouble. Goes up towards centre wing. Bassett pushing back hard. There, Pedlar's with him as well. Neither player can get a handle on it, and the ball is out of bounds. Centre wing true, outer side of the parade.
Yes, it would be an interesting statistic, but we won't give Big John Nankerville any microphone tonight because he's just so biased against Norwood.
Yeah, he
just
is.
Loves Norwood.
Made a conscious decision.
Inside 50, Norwood have been there a couple of times, 2 goals. Eagles have been there numerous times and have only scored a point.
Well, they have, and the ball's on the outer side wing at the moment. Interesting to see Andrew Crowell, a player of high quality, sitting on the bench for the Eagles. Quite a surprise move. I can see him warming up. I know he's not happy there. Why should he be? He should be on the field, I would have thought. But anyway, seen some strange decisions from the Eagles in recent weeks. And they've won 2 from 5.
Don't tell me you're after Ronnie Fuller along with George.
No, I do question some of his decisions, but we've all live and die by the decisions we make, and time will tell. Ball bounced down. Wise fights hard. Good mate of mine, Ronnie. I question some of his moves, though.
Oh, there's a bit of push and shove going on there, and the umpire comes in very quickly and sorts it all out, and there's nothing in it. But Big Lindsay, he's fair income tonight, let me tell you. Get out of his road.
He's always fair income. What are you talking about? Gives 100%. Here he goes again against Calabrese. Calabrese beats him to the ball, though. Nice work by that player. Well, the Eagles are just starting to get themselves fired up, and they hold the ball in as George Fiacci takes a personal phone call, yes, on commercial radio. The ball to be bounced down. Lindsay gets the first tap. Darzanos, he's beaten to it. Nice work by the Redlegs at ground level again. They're just handling that ball that little bit better. James gets his 4th handball for the quarter. Dawes from a standing start towards Yerbury. Flies high. Can't take the ball. Spills out towards Fruin. He's got a little bit of time, but the pressure's starting to mount. Pedlar is in all sorts of trouble, but he's taken high on the defensive arc of the 50. He's got to run a grandstand side, and it's McKenzie from the half-back line with a bit of room to move. Colville runs in the crouch. Nice work by that player. McKenzie goes looking for a teammate, can't find Hayden Walker, and a good mark in defence has been taken by Steve Daniels of the Redlegs.
Did well. Daniels comes grandstand side looking for the 5D and commentary team and or a teammate there. Doreen was a teammate that found it at ground level. Cleverly done inside the forward 50. Players jostling there. Bassett at the back. At the front there, Pedlar working pretty hard. They're all over each other, those two blokes. Colville comes in, tries to soccer it clear. Doreen's butted up to try and get involved again. Working hard. Also Shirley there. He manages to somehow get the ball across to Colville. Not sure how he did that. Bassett working hard, trying to pick it up off the ground. Can't quite do so. Bounds also trying to hack his way through there as well.
In there.
No one can get the footy out. You've called it, George Fiacci. Bassett there just rubbing the back of his head as he gets up. And players are going to earn their free kicks tonight.
Corey
the umpire
Wingate
throws it up.
Isn't that dewy out there? The conditions that tough?
It is. That's why the umpire's thrown it up as well. Sikalella slung across the boundary line. And the umpire has pinged him.
What for? That's not holding the ball. He's the only guy that went for the ball.
Could have only been in the correct disposal, which is a bit of a surprise to me. All the same, Bound has it, goes to the danger spot, looking for a big fly there at the back from Yerbury. Nothing doing, and Wise butters it up at ground level. He elects to skid one along the ground and look for the boundary line. Finds that, and the ball is now 65 metres out from the red leg goal. The Eagles are out of trouble momentarily.
Andrew Crowell, I'd like to see him up forward alongside Kenny McGregor. Hayden Walker's presented himself well. Kicks to that player haven't been spot on. McKenzie's been fighting hard. Ball though on the half-back line for the Eagles. Colville, the skipper, dispossessed. Nice tackle. The Redlegs just working well in numbers, and they do so again. Ball ace. Well, he couldn't quite get a handle of it. Crouch gives ground, keeps possession. Clements under pressure. Standing start kick to the arc of the 50. Front of the pack. Nice work, Scotty Bassett of Glenburn Fabric. Magic moment. Marks with the one hand in front of Pedlar, and then from 50 kicks to the top of the square. Can he get... Well, in fact, he kicked the distance in the end from a standing start. It was a nice leg. Shuey Baum was the player that could have got a handle on it. Couldn't. Hall put a little bit of pressure on him. Through for a behind. So Norwood now on the cutaway mini-skip scoreboard, 2-2. The Eagles just one behind, and we've played 13 minutes of the first quarter.
Yes, you've heard that Scotty Bassett is lined up forward. He looms as a danger man here at Norwood Oval.
It was good for the legs in their win against Port Adelaide a couple of weeks back on the Friday night at the Adelaide Oval as the ball comes in through the Eagles and they have a few numbers around, but Norwood are too good and they pick it up and take it away. Wosley works hard with Bassett as well to put them back inside the forward 50. Good punch away there from Wigley for the Eagles. Ball ace, he's been working hard so far at ground level. The kick squeezed out towards Cotton. What can he do? Tries to trap it and get it back inboard to James. James sockets off the ground. Oh, good running there. James's kick was rolling to the goal, was going to go through or going to go close, but chipping in there was Gallagher, I think it was, came storming through, got a toe to it.
So Gallagher
socketed it through for another goal. Just trying to pick it up. Harvey's not playing, George. It is Gallagher. Gallagher has put it through. The Redlegs now move along to 3-1-19. They lead the Eagles one straight behind. Francis, no, George, you had him on there last week for, he was playing for Sturtell Centrals. I think you made up that imaginary
Good call, Corey Wingard. Good call. But we just see that Norwood, as soon as they get in their forward 50, they are very alert. We had players, Gallagher from the wing, just running down, following that ball, socking the ball straight off the ground early and resulted in another goal to the Norwood Footy Club.
Well, he had a call from Sturt during the week to say that don't knock George, because there was a Francis that played for Sturt in 1912. Ball bounced down, kicks forward off the ground. Morton's first player there. Here they go. Nice work. Cotton to Borlase under pressure. His left foot kick is a grubber, and the first player there is Fruin to Colville. Standing start. Guess what? He kicks it to George Fiacci in the stand. At least it looks like that. Sickalela's the first player there. Ever so casually. He just floats, and his left foot kick is probably equal to the way he approaches that ball, not with much intensity at all. But he finds a teammate, and it's Joshua King who handballs to Darzanos. They need the next one, the Eagles, or they're in a spot of bother early. Darzanos in the 1-2 from half-forward flank goes to Danny Wise, the best player for the Eagles, runs to within 40. They need a goal desperately, and DW, Daniel Wise, does the job for the Eagles. Oh, not a moment too soon. The Eagles 1-1-7, Norwood 3-1-19. You're listening to Footy on 5DN.
Stop! Phew, that was close. I stopped in time. When my kids are in the car, it's nice to know my brakes won't let me down. Now I know why Auto Brake Service are Australia's #1 brake specialists.
ABS are vehicle servicing experts, and when it comes to brakes, ABS are Australia's #1. Call 13 22 71.
Stop and go to ABS, the Aussie brake specialist.
16-minute mark of the first term here at the parade. Jonathan Roberts on the ground. Calabrese's off. Lindsay gets that ruck tap, but only as far as a couple of Redlegs players. Crouches in there, and they get it forward once more. Wigley tries to chip it off and link with a teammate, and Jeffries does so, and they should get out of trouble here. They need to set up some more forward thrusts. It goes up towards centre half forward. Big fly from the back. No one can get hands on it, though. At ground level, what can they do? Sock it towards the boundary line. Colville now leads in the chase. Gathers it nicely on the dewy night. Gets it back towards Darzanos. Set upon by Borlase it was, who saddled him up and laid the great tackle. Ball spills out. Players still fighting for it on the arc of the 50 at the northern end, the end to which the Eagles are kicking, and the umpire's forced to come in and have a bounce. He's been very busy tonight, Borlase, George.
He certainly has. And Corey, correct me if I'm wrong, but do the Eagles look like they're trying to take their time with their disposal? They're getting caught every time by Norwood, who is tackling very strong.
Ball bounced down and a kick off the ground to within 20 metres of the Eagles' goals. I'm not sure what boot that came off. Must have been a Norwood one, because it threw for a behind. There's a group of 3 or 4 players running for it. A boot hit the ball from 20 metres out directly in front, went straight through the goals. The goal umpire, who just dropped his flag, picked it up beautifully. Stephen Pitt brings the ball back into play, finds Scotty Doreen.
Comes to the grandstand side, centre wing, looking for Cotton out in a long lead, almost hangs on to that one-handed. Gets spilt to ground level, and Wosley's there waiting front and square. Beautiful footy, spears it in board and finds Jonathan Robert. He puts a pass out looking for Bound. Was a pretty good kick, but just a touch out of the reach of Bound, so it's there at ground level to be won. It is won there by Gallagher, and he spears it across.
Danger man.
And finds the danger man, as George has called him, and that's Scotty Bassett. He has been very busy. Wosley there looked to come off the ground, but he's been given a reprieve and he's staying out there. But Scotty Bassett has it, 45 metres out, pretty much directly in front. I think last time they played at night, someone suggested that Scotty Bassett had trouble seeing at night. He went on to kick 4 or 5 goals, I think, if my memory served me correctly, and he's had a good start tonight as well.
Yeah, I reckon it was you too, but Scotty Bassett, he's lining up now. He's a mismatch for Pedler, and he puts the ball Actually hits the post, Rob Popplestone.
You almost
Chuck
called
it
it,
over
George.
there. It's all yours. You took control. Now you get yourself out of it.
Well, yes, well, we'll reiterate that Scotty Bassett lined up, hit the post, first point on the board, second point on the board for Norwood. Someone save me, please, while I'm drowning here.
Pedler from full back. Will go basically down the corridor, around about half-forward flank. Lindsay's the target. Through in there. Sikalala reads it well. Good work. Under pressure. Quick kick. First player there will be Jeffries. Needs to hit the ball hard. Shouldn't lose his feet, but does kick off the ground, and they go forward only as far as Sikalala, who takes on his opponent in Carslake and gets around him. Maybe has he gone a step too far? No, Cotton provided some good pressure there, though. Darzanos fighting hard, as is Skipworth, who hasn't had an actual possession, but put his body in a few contests. A quick kick forward, falls in the arms of Jared Cotton. The left foot is on the right half-forward flank, but uses his right leg to the running Doreen.
Yeah, been busy. Cotton puts it out in front of Doreen, who runs inside 50. Sikalala's a mile away from him. Doreen has some time just to spot up and go to the top of the square. Couldn't find a target, and Fruin is there. They've got some numbers through Hall. They link now with McClure, and they should get out of trouble here once more. They do. They go into the middle of the ground. 2 against 1 in favour of Norwood. Jonathan Robrin going back, gets his hands to the contest. Troy Clements is good there at ground level. The ball spills out, though, and the Eagles have some numbers, and now through Colville they should set another attack going. Inside the forward 50, need a big mark here. Kenny McGregor caught at the back, comes to ground level. There are some numbers. The hand pass, though, doesn't find a target. Working pretty hard there. Norwood again repel this one, and it comes out towards Wosley again. He has been busy, has time to get on his right foot and go up towards centre half forward. 3-on-1. The numbers favour the Eagles, but guess what? Norwood come up with it. Shares it across to Morton. Morton should finish this one with a goal, and he does. Oh, it's too easy to second to Danny Morton. They're running hot, the Redlegs. 4-2-26. They lead the Eagles 1-2-8 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard. This is 5DN footy.
New World Technology is a training organisation. They'll give your staff all the skills they need to get the job done. And it won't cost your business a cent. I'll say that last part again. It won't cost your business a cent. Professional training, recognised skills and qualifications for your staff in over 40 different industries, from nursing and tourism to civil construction and telecommunications. And it won't cost your business a cent. You can't lose. Call New World Technology today. 8212-0101.
The big man, Paul Lindsay, to try to get the Eagles' first touch of this ball. 4-2-26, the Redlegs. 1-2-8, the Eagles' ball towards the outer side of the ground. First player there, Danny Wise. Good contest he's having with Gallagher. Finds Sikalala, but he finds trouble. He's taken to the ground, ball and all, and a bounce down to take place. Left half forward flank, the Redlegs into attack, kicking to the southern end. We're 21 minutes in. Nice tap over the front. Third man in was Jonathan Robert. He couldn't find a clear teammate, but it was a nice tap. They've got a few tools here. Yerbury, Calabrese, Robrin. And for the Eagles, it's basically Lindsay. Fruin's been helping out in the back half. The ball left half forward flank at the moment as Corey Wingard tries to get this ball moving freely.
Ball thrown up. Lindsay not happy with Robin there. Comes out the back. Wigley working hard there at ground level. A couple of Norwood players jump on top of the footy. The Eagles are pretty quick to get in there, and Lindsay and Robin are still going at it. And Lindsay's come up with a free kick, and Robin said, but he threw the punch. How does that work out? Lindsay has it half-back flank outer side for the Eagles. Umpires blows time on, looks to play on there, does so now. The umpire calls him to go. A shocking kicker, grubber, a worm burner up towards centre wing, where Norwood again have a few players around the footy. The hand pass out to Shocker, though, only as far as Sikalala. His kick around the corner finds a teammate, and the Eagles hold it up. The ball there is with King, Josh King. Yep, goes up towards centre half forward. Walker there, caught at the front, brings the ball to ground level. Colville is there. He stands up with the footy, but he's tackled immediately, and he is brought to ground now, and the umpire comes in to have a bounce centre half forward true at the northern end of the parade.
George, you made the point pre-game that up forward they struggle, the Eagles, and at this stage they're working well in the midfield, but it's just bouncing out of there too easily.
Yeah, you're right. It's exactly. They're getting the ball up forward, but just not capitalising.
22-minute mark of this first term. 26 plays 8 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard in favour of the Redlegs. We'll have another bounce down, or ball up, I should say, with the grass being a little bit dewy. So I think the umpire is going to have a crack at bouncing this. Let's see how it goes. Good bounce too, bit wobbly, but goes to both players. Someone there taken high. The umpire's picked out what I'd consider to be a pretty soft free kick in that ruck contest. It has gone to Jonathan Robin. Maybe that's a square up for the one before. The kick goes out outer side, looking for a Cotton, finds him. He's held up. Goes back, looks for a runner, called to play on now. On his left boot towards centre half forward. Looking for Yerbury. He's caught, forced under the footy a little bit by Fruin. He gets a fist away. The Eagles now work it through Wigley. He's tackled immediately by Carslake. Clever stuff, good defence. Comes out towards Morton. Can he get a handle on it? Does on the second attempt. His dribbly little kick isn't a good one though. Goes towards Fruin. He should mop up here and work the ball towards the boundary line, which he does.
Bounced off the shin of a Norwood player and gets out of bounds in the full, unbelievably.
Fortunately there for the Eagles, no doubt about it.
Brent Fruin on the right half-back flank, probably in between back pocket and back flank, on the intersection of defensive 50 and boundary. Well, they're playing around with it a little bit, and they're getting themselves into a spot of bother. Sikalalla's holding onto the ball a little bit too long, but now here he goes through McClure, in fact, from right half-back flank towards the right half-forward line. The kick's a nice one, but it's the Redlegs who are just getting the numbers to the ball. Danny Wise has been pretty good, gets another touch. Skipworth, dispossessed, hasn't had a clean possession, maybe just the one. And the Redlegs go towards forward 50 again, but again it's McClure. Oh, well, he dropped it. The umpire said James tackles it, ball and all. Maybe unlucky not to have got the free kick in the end. Too high was the call. Well, the umpire, he's in a better position than me. He's made one mistake just a few moments ago, which I'll talk about at quarter time. But generally, they've been pretty good in sloppy conditions. Nice work. They go looking for Wise. He was interfered with, a little bit soft.
Well, here go the umpires. They're going to start paying his free kicks continuously now. Look out.
Through the corridor again. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here, the Eagles. They're going short and dewy, slippery conditions. To me, it's pretty simple. You go long, you kick to space. You've got enough runners. You haven't got a lot of tools. A few players overrun the ball. Another free kick. Richard Williams has played the last two. And guess what? The players are getting a bit upset. That's what happens.
I'd like to see Colville's statistics at quarter time when John Nankerville goes through them, because he's had a lot of the ball.
Well, he'll do that thanks to Money Options, the financial people with a lot, as Gavin Colville, the skipper of the Eagles, from the left half-back flank, will send the visiting team forward.
Ball ace off, Bartamucci on for the Eagles as Colville puts it up towards centre wing, grandstand side. Big fly there from Stephen Pett. No one really to contest with him. And the second, third attempt, the umpires pay that a mark. He goes inboard now looking for Robin, who's getting a bit too much time and space, a bit too mobile for big Paul Lindsay. And he's starting to get on top a bit there, John O'Robin. Has it at centre half back, swings onto his right boot, comes towards the grandstand side, looking for Yerbury. He's caught behind a couple. Good fly, good contest. Norwood have the numbers at ground level. Shared across there to Stevie Daniels, runs into an open goal. It's too easy as the siren sounds. That is Daniels' first of the night. They've done it too easy. The Redlegs fans like that too. 5-2. The Norwood side. The Eagles 1-2 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. That's at quarter time. And George, the runners for Norwood were just too strong in that first term.
Oh, they certainly were. And I've been very curious here to try.
Thanks to Money Options with all the statistics. Now, some interesting moves at quarter time by Ronnie Fuller. Not sure that I agree, but he's the coach and I'm not. Rob Shirley goes forward. And Corey, you notice Mark McKenzie going off. That's a little bit of a surprise.
It is. He got a bit of the footy, I thought, early in that first term. And he's a player, I think, that actually can be quite damaging. Has a very penetrating kick and can kick probably over lines as well, which is probably what the Eagles need to get the ball down and get it down quickly with penetration. And I quite like the look of Mark McKenzie.
And where's Peter Piacci? Well, that's the player we need out here. That's what we need.
He's missing played in the twos tonight.
Yes, the ball will be bounced down. And here we go. Lindsay for the Eagles. Can he get a tap? He can. Can he find a teammate? He can. Sikalalla's the player that overruns it. McClure taken from behind, taken high, pushing the back, say what you will. Sikalalla's fighting hard. Well, just weight of numbers got him off the ball there. McClure was taken again. Nice work by Jeffries. They're just under pressure. They cannot get a clean possession. The Norwood side gets the resultant reward through persistency, and the player with the ball will be James, much to the disgust of McClure, who came up, walked back, and was going to have a shot from goal from 85.
Yeah, thought the free kick was his, but no, it's gone the way of the legs, and it is with their skipper, Brett James. Goes to the outer side, looking for John Yerbury, coming through there, bound, makes a contest, cleverly done. He's good to get back on the footy at ground level too. Walks around an opponent, puts a pass out, looking for Scotty Bassett. It bounces in front of him, who can swoop on it? Morton gets a soccer to it, as far as Cotton, comes back to Morton. Well, that was aerial soccer almost. It came from a couple of players by boot to boot to boot, and almost miraculously ended in a goal, but it didn't. It was out of bounds on the full, and the Eagles come up with the footy. They go across to the Cardaway mini-skip scoreboard there. Sikalella has the footy now, sitting right underneath the light tower and the scoreboard. Elects to go long, bit of a kick in hope, looking for Lindsay, pushed out underneath the footy. The umpire doesn't see it that way. Comes to ground level. Wosley applies the tackle, holds the footy in there and forces the umpire to come in and have a bounce outside of the Norwood Oval.
Yes, Corey Wingard, have you seen any major moves here made by either side?
Well, we were surprised to see Mackenzie off and Rob Shirley go forward for the Eagles. Not a noted forward, but I guess he's down there to work hard to keep the ball in the area. Ball bounced down, Carslake to within 50 for the Norwood side. Cotton, first player there, but first one dispossessed as Pedler comes in. He attempts a kick which only goes as far as Clements. He backs himself in, runs to within 40.
That's a
nice
great
leg off the boot.
Kick, nearly magic moment. Glenburn Fabric, sorry to jump in there. Jesus, I got excited from up here.
It was good work. Sorry, George, I got excited because the player that flew in the goal square there landed quite heavily on his shoulder and his neck. It was Bartamucci, but picked himself up like the rubber man, no problems at all. George,
of course he goes for a dramatic one. Like, it was nearly a goal, but he's worried about someone landing on his neck.
Yeah.
I did think it was broken. I probably had reason to be concerned.
Corey
but no.
Wingard, come on.
Bartamucci's picked himself up. George has come back down to earth himself, and the ball's brought in to the grandstand side. Half-back flank. Colville had a couple of juggles of it, couldn't hang on to it. Out the back door to Sikalella. Wise is there on centre wing now, has the footy. Doreen does well to close him in. Holds up the footy, goes towards centre half forward, sets it up for Darzano, sitting under the footy, big spoil. Socking his way through, though, was Colville, did well. Out towards Shirley now. What can he do? He's not the noted forward. We know Kenny McGregor at ground level. Hand pass to Darzanos, kicks it to the hot spot. The umpire's going to be right in the way there. Almost Carslake running back with the flight of the footy. Josh King working hard in there for the Eagles. Squeezes it out. Someone now has got it, and that's Skipworth. He did well to turn himself back inside. Good smother from the Norwood side. They are providing lots of pressure. Kenny McGregor now, a bit of a blaze in hope with his left boot. Bounces through for a minor score. George Poppy, you would be suitably impressed with the pressure the Norwood side has provided so far in this match.
They certainly are, but what we spoke about earlier, there is just no forward system at the moment from the Eagles. They're just trying to rush that ball forward, and it's just not working. Norwood putting far too much pressure on him, Corey Wingard.
Is that because Norwood's pressure is so good, or the Eagles just a little bit lost up forward?
Yeah, I think I've just said both of them, didn't I?
Stephen Pick goes forward. Nice work, McClure. This is what they need. This is what they get.
Oh, great.
A major. Nice work by the Eagles. Good work. They edge closer to within 3 now. Norwood 5-3-33. The Eagles 2-3, and that's a total of 15. The score on the Cutaway mini-skip scoreboard. You're listening to Footy on 5DN.
Mother's Day. Don't forget, get the family together for lunch at the Sussex Hotel. Now featuring a superb new a la carte menu. Celebrate Mum's big day with lunch at the Sussex Hotel, where they include some complimentary extras they call essential touches. Upon arrival, Mum receives a complimentary flower. All adults will toast the occasion with a free glass of bubbly. Book your Mother's Day lunch at the Sussex Hotel, 68 Walkerville Terrace, Walkerville. Book now. Phone 8344 1500. That's 8344 1500.
It is half-time at the MCG. Essendon 7-7-49, leading Carlton 2-5-17, a 32-point lead to Essendon. Back to the Norwood Oval.
Around the grounds, thanks to Jolly Miller for Geelong beer. Australia's beer. Geelong beer. Is that cat beer?
No, I don't think it's cat beer. Well,
I've heard it be described as something similar.
George, don't do that. It is good gear. Geelong beer, no doubt about that. Bounce down there in the middle of the Norwood Oval. Lindsay gets it towards Colville. He scrubbers a kick forward looking for Shirley. George, you're in big trouble now, I tell you what. Shirley working hard at ground level. Also across there for the Eagles was Chapman. The ball is forced George? Out of bounds underneath the big light tower here at the Norwood Oval. We can't do that. The Jolly Miller for Geelong beer. That's who we like. They're the ones that bring us around the grounds. And the score there at half-time in the AFL, Essendon doing it quite comfortably. Ball up towards the half-forward flank. Free kick to the Redlegs, and they're off and running now inside 50. Cotton presents himself beautifully, running back with the fly to the footy. He is having a bit of a purple night tonight, I think, Jared Cotton. It's more than a purple patch. He's having a purple night. He was good in the first quarter. He had Wigley moved off him. Matthews has now got the job. But he's doing no better than the player before him, because Cotton has it 30 metres out directly in front. Should put Norwood's 6th on the scoreboard.
Yes, and young Scotty Borlace is coming on for his first run of the evening, and Scotty Carslake is coming off, as you mentioned.
Cotton puts it through. No troubles about that. George Borlace has been out there already tonight because he's one of their better players. I think we mentioned that at quarter time, but Cotton has his first... Sorry, I was at the bar, you know that. I've got to keep you honest.
Also, Big Lindsay has come off, and that's a strange move, seeing that he's the prime mover for the Eagles, and coming on is Hayden Walker for his first run of the evening.
Hayden Walker's
right?
been out there as well tonight too. Started at centre half back, had a rest at quarter
You're just going to correct me all night, isn't it?
Any chance
only when
I
you're
get.
wrong, so there's a fair chance it'll be a fair few times. I thought O'Hara was pretty good last time I seen him. He must have played reserves tonight as well. Nathan Box, a good player. He played reserves tonight as well. Paul Lindsay's one of their better players. He's on the bench, so is Andrew Crowell. Guess what? He's on the bench. Guess what? Scoreboard says all one-way traffic. Norwood 6-3, Eagles 2-3. Well, I reckon you can question what the players do out in the field, but I reckon you can question sometimes what the coaches do in the box as well.
Stop it. Do you leave Ron Fuller alone?
No, you've got to give credit where credit's due. You've got to criticise where it's justified. And it's the Redlegs by 4 goals. They go forward again to within 35. Nice work. Punch down. First player there, Jeffries. Backs himself, ducks the chutney, gets a hit too high. Play on's the call. Morton tackles. Good work by that player. Just in front of the cutaway mini-skip scoreboard. And within 45 metres of Norwood goals, a bounce down to take place.
Mack has reacted to Walker going into the ruck and Lindsay coming off, and he's made the change a bit earlier than normal. Calabrese's having a spell, and John O'Robin has just drifted onto the ground and
for his first run of the afternoon too.
Gone forward. He has been out there a couple of times before too. Thanks very much, George. Ball there inside the forward 50. Walker it is that picks it up and gets the Eagles out of trouble up towards centre wing. Skipworth on the outer side. Big fly at the back there. Couldn't hang on to the footy though. Working pretty hard in there with Chapman. Players pile on top of it. Crouch is the cherry on top. The umpire's forced to come in and have a bounce.
Rob Popplestone, look, there are danger signs here for the Eagles at the moment. They were hitting the ball hard early, but the second quarter, it's all Norwood. Norwood look like they're going to run away with this game if the Eagles don't do something drastic here.
Well, let's hope their skipper can. Colville, he has the ball from outer side wing, kicks to left half forward flank. Nice punch from behind by Daniels. He has a double dip and edges the Redlegs forward. Good work by that player. Crouch, bottom of the pack, but the Eagles win it out. Kicked within the corridor. Shirley, rove nice by McClure. 55 out. He kicked the last goal from the Eagles, only one of 2. And nice work at the bottom of the pack. I thought it could be from Matthews.
That's a goal! King. Josh King socketed that one through. Quite liked it. Quite liked it a lot, actually. It was very clever at ground level there. Just managed to get a toe to it. He really was out of the contest. They came inside their forward 50 yet again. Didn't look like they were going to be anywhere or have a winner that could take a mark, but came to ground level. King managed to get his toe to it, put it through for a goal. Definitely a Glenburn Fabric magic moment. I have to agree, George.
No doubt about that. King off the ground, socket on his right foot. It looked like he was just going to drift across the boundary line. Rob Popplestone. A very good player, King. Second game, isn't it?
He's been doing pretty well.
Correct me in a minute.
No, it's his second game. He kicked 3 in his first game. Ball bounced down. Nice work by the Eagles. They win it again. Cotton, who's been busy, is dispossessed this time. It's been slippery most of the night, but the Redlegs have certainly handled the conditions better as ball lays kicks the home side to within 40. Nice work by Fruin. Well, he handballed more in hope than anything else, but he found Colville, who in turn found Wise. He gives it off and they go forward, the Eagles, through Shirley. Grandstand wing. Crouch finds a body, but Shirley importantly finds the ball, goes towards McGregor. He provides a good contest, but as Clements now will have first touch within defensive 50, dispossessed. The umpire says holding the man. I don't agree. And the free kick will go to Troy Clements. Defensive 50, Redlegs. You know, I think the only defence you can find for Ronnie Fuller is that with O'Hara and Bock not playing, slippery conditions aren't actually favouring the taller players. But you do need some tools to make contests, and Redlegs are certainly winning out in that area. As we see, Brett Fruin has the ball and a free kick in front of our 5DN commentary position.
Funny one, that, because Walker was the one that had his head ripped off.
He did too, yes, that's amazing.
Fruin's come up with a free kick, must have been shepherded in back play. Fruin now.
The umpire must have realised he got it right and decided to change it, give it to someone else.
Norwood have 2 players backward of centre. They're zoning up quite nicely, and the Eagles are all clagged up, if that can be a term. And they've forced the turnover, I think, here. The poor kick there from Colville up towards centre wing in the 5DN commentary box. No one could do anything with it. Sikalella working hard at ground level, can't quite squeeze his hand pass out. Doreen sits on top of him. Gallagher hovering around as well. But the pressure they've applied tonight, Norwood, you have to really take your hat off to the Red Leg coaching staff and the match committee for doing exactly what they've done tonight. They really have bottled the Eagles up, no doubt about it. Ball bounced down, trying to crash his way through there as Crouch, doing it yet again. Gallagher there gets up towards centre half forward, punched away by Fruin. Working hard in there for the Eagles was Jason Earl. He was wrapped up immediately, and the umpire's forced to come in and have yet another bounce. Just around from the 5DN commentary box, grandstand side of the parade. 39 plays 21 in favour of the Redlegs. An 18-point ball game here. About 10 minutes into the second term. The umpire bounces it down. Fruin and Yerbury both fall over. Bounce spills towards Cotton. Can't quite get a handle on it. Cicolella ducks his head and goes after the footy once more. He's wrapped up, this time by Gallagher, and the umpire will do it all over again.
Andrew Crowell warms up on the boundary line. Norwood 6-3. Eagles 3-3.
Rob Popperstone should be on Andrew Crowell, no doubt about it.
Should be on, no question about that. But anyway, let's just concentrate what's happening out there in the field. I've had a dip, you've had a dip, Corey's had a dip, Scotty Cunningham's had a dip, John Nankerville's had a dip. In fact, John Nankerville had a double dip. Left half-back flank. Gallagher has the ball to Cotton.
Oh, come on, that's umpire. What's going on there? Does Zanos shows his frustration, throws Cotton to the ground, but umpire didn't fall for it.
No, left half-back flank goes towards left half-forward flank. Nice punch behind as Stewie Bowen had front position. And it was Hayden Walker in just his 6th SANFL game that punched with authority over the boundary line. Boundary throwing to take place, and you'll find Jonathan Robran doing the rucking duties. And he'll do it against that player that just punched the ball over the wall. And I speak of Walker. Well, Matthews had the ball spent before he actually got a grip of it. Cicolella needs to dodge when he should have kicked. Good work by Chapman to get a second opportunity. Under pressure finds Hall. Hall threads it through to Walker. Cicolella's got to have to see it over the line, and does. Out of bounds on the full. Got lazy when he should have been concentrating most. Had little room to work.
Tackling pressure, that's what it was. Norwood are putting so much pressure on the Eagles. They're just fumbling, making mistakes.
James now inside the forward 50, finds big Jonathan Yerbury on a long lead. Pretty tight angle. Will kick from just over 50 metres out from goal, and he's just hard up against the fence as we speak, giving himself a fair size run up here, John Yerbury. But he's backing himself. He's going to have a crack here, I reckon. He's swinging out on the right boot. Let's go with a
Nice
big bending
leg.
kick. I reckon it looks pretty good off the boot. Yerbury likes it as well. The crowd behind the goals like it. Oh, never in doubt, says John. Never in doubt. The Norwood side doing it comfortably now on the cutaway mini-skip scoreboard. The Eagles 3-3-21. Trail Norwood 7-3-45. This is 5DN footy.
There's a special place in our hearts for that wonderful person we call Mum. Adelaide mums will love to be recognised with a gift from Bare Basics Lingerie. 2 stores for your convenience at Norwood and Newton, with Mother's Day gifts of lingerie, sleepwear and hosiery, including great toweling wraps in assorted colours. You can enjoy friendly, personal service, and the gift wrapping is free at Bare Basics Lingerie. A special mum deserves a special gift from Bare Basics Lingerie, 150 The Parade Norwood, and the new Bare Basics 2, Shop 18, Newton Court, 3 Jan Street, Newton.
Ball bounced down, and we've got 3 or 4 players from either side on that little agate, and there'll be another bounce down to take place. 14, maybe 15 minutes into the second quarter here at the parade. It's thanks to Northern Plumbing Supplies, the SANFL match of the day here on 5DN. It is the Redlegs by 24 points in this second quarter, and they're going to surge forward again. You get the feeling. Jeffrey's taken high, though. I think it's that player, Jeffrey's, at the bottom of the pack. Last player to get up.
Yep.
And it is. Jeffrey's, unorthodox kicking style, but he's pretty hard at it. The right leg straight down the corridor. Ken McGregor's the target. You need runners at the full of the pack, and that's what you got. Danny Wise took it beautifully, but under pressure just couldn't find a man. Nice work by Walker. McGregor to Cicolella. Well, a player of that quality just needs to finish, because that's what they need.
King
again was searching for his second goal this quarter. Couldn't find it. The ball spills over the boundary line, just metres. Change made.
Believe what I'm just seeing here. Cicolella is coming off and interchanges with Mark McKenzie, but Cicolella's been one of their prime movers.
Has wasted some deliveries, though, Cicolella. 13 possessions for Cicolella so far in this match, thanks to John Nankerville. Money options for that stat.
Take him off. Don't want to give him too many possessions.
13 possessions in a quarter and 15 minutes. I know he's wasted a couple.
How many's he burnt? Exactly. I'm just happy to see McKenzie back on. I do like him, and he's got the job now on Jared Cotton, who has
Unlike
been
yourself
busy.
when you played, mate. It's good to touch a footy.
13 possessions in a fortnight was good for me. Snap there out of that pack. It was pretty good, McClure. Oh, George is talking stats. McClure's just got one and kicked his second goal of the night. Well, they're back in the hunt here, the Eagles. George is giving him absolute stick. He's been into Roddy Fuller since he ever got appointed as coach of the Eagles. Wants him sacked. But the Eagles have got their 4th on the board for the evening. 4-3, Norwood 7-3. They're back in touch.
Well, you know what the interesting thing about this is, George, is the fact that I think Norwood look as though they've got this game in control, and they're only 3 goals up after dominating, which means that with a slight change of momentum, the Eagles can well and truly get themselves back in the game.
You're jumping off the
I am.
bandwagon.
I think we need to look at Macca now.
Don't be scared, because I think, and I'm sure that Norwood have full control of this game, and fortuitously...
You know what's going to happen now, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Eagles are coming back.
Crouch out of the middle. No, Norwood are having another dip here. They get it up inside their forward 50. Fruin comes out in a long lead. Doesn't stop. Goes absolutely straight at it like George likes. Socket off the ground towards Wise. He couldn't hang on to it. Still a bit slippery there because Morton couldn't get a handle on it either. And the ball skates over the boundary line. The umpire makes an absolutely disgraceful decision. And it was nothing more than that. And I reckon when a player runs away from a decision and doesn't know that he's actually getting the free kick, the umpire's got to realise he might have got it a little bit wrong.
Danny Morton was infringed, so says the umpire. He didn't think so, Morton himself. He was running back to make position. The umpire said, mate, you won't believe this. I called it a free kick for you. Danny Morton got the giggles. He got the ball and he sends them forward. Can the Redlegs get a goal as a result? Gallagher's left foot kick. Through for a behind. 7-4, 46, the Norwood side, and the Eagles are 4-3-27. We've played close on 20 minutes, second quarter.
And a quick interchange that Crouch has come off, and coming on is Kane McLean. And that is his first run for the evening, isn't it, Corey Wingard?
You've got one.
Spot on, you've got one right. Kane McLean having his first run for the night. Beautiful stuff. Crouch just getting a rotation through that interchange bench. Ball brought in by the Eagles up towards the halfback flank grandstand side. Colville there at ground level, can't quite get it forward. Working hard and they're trying to hack it off the ground is Cotton. He's had a pretty good night tonight. Also working in there was the Duke. Jason L gets a hand pass over the top now, comes towards McClure. Spent it before he had it there. Costly mistake. Norwood swooped back in on it. Brett James cleverly weaves his way out of that and squeezes a hand pass towards Morton inside the forward 50, going back with the flight. Scotty Bassett. Oh, he's been clever enough to get it at ground level. This kick's going to roll pretty close. Joey Pedler, thankfully, is back there if you're an Eagles fan, and he relieves the pressure somewhat and goes out towards the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard. Looks for Wigley, keeps the ball in play. Was that good? Was it bad? I'm not sure. It's locked up now on the 50-metre arc there. Darzanos comes in. The ball does go out of bounds now, right in front of the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard, which has Norwood 7-4-46, the Eagles 4-3-27.
We would say that in the last 5 minutes that the Eagles have probably had the majority of the play, and we just see that Lindsay's warming up to come back on now. Would you make that move, Rob Popplestone?
Well, you would, yeah. You'd be probably searching for a little bit more, just as maybe Walker starts to tire in the ruck. He's been doing most of it in the last 10 minutes. Ball on the arc of the 50, Norwood into attack.
What, he rucks for 10 minutes, he's tired?
Well, maybe 10 minutes is not enough to make you tired. But if you run flat out for 10 minutes, George,
you can get past.
Would you be tired?
I'd be tired, but I don't know if Walker would be.
Ball goes forward now from a standing start, arc of the 50, top of the square, and it's Bassett up against Pedler. Bassett got rid of Pedler, couldn't get the fingers around the ball, and it goes through for the fifth behind of the evening for Norwood, 7-5-47. On the Cutaway mini skip scoreboard, Eagles 4-3-27. Don't forget at half-time, Scotty Cunningham, thanks to Mannix Air Conditioning, will update the game in his mind, give us his opinions on what the Eagles can and can't do, and likewise the Redlegs. Ball brought back into play. James had the sit, but the slippery conditions meant it went straight through the fingers. Colville picked up the crumbs, and from half back goes to half forward. Clemens also couldn't get a handle on it. McGregor, his kick was smothered, but has still got 15 or 20. First player there was Clemens, who I mentioned just a few moments ago. Shows a pretty mature head under pressure. Colville could have taken Gallagher out if he had a bit of poo in him and decided not to. But Gallagher took the mark, and it was a good mark, a courageous one. Goes inboard to Robran in the centre half-back true position. He kicks towards the right half forward. Bassett leads out. He leads out nicely. Couldn't take the ball in the Redlegs. They've just got the runners at ground level. Go towards Cotton, who's been pretty good, as Corey Wingard has said. And from the arc of 50 goes just inside 50 to Scotty Doreen.
Why would he do that? Cotton's a good kick. He should have kicked from that angle he was at. He's almost straight out front.
Doreen's a bad kick. I reckon Doreen would be the best kick in the Norwood side, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but he's on a lot more acute angle than what Cotton was.
Well, I don't reckon it matters. I reckon you get your best kick, go for him.
Yeah, well, Ubery kicked one from the boundary line.
Is he correcting me again?
He is, but I think on this side, in this occasion, it's justified, as it is on most occasions. Colville to come off and Sickle to come on. I love you being here, George. I really do.
Colville's coming to the blood room. He's got red hair.
Yeah. Doreen kicks for goal, and as Corey Wingard said, Jared Cotton should have went for himself. Through for a behind. 7-6-48. The Eagles 4-3-27. That score on the Cutaway mini skip scoreboard.
As the lovely people here at Norwood Oval bring up a little bit of food, and John Nankiville's eyes have light up, there won't be any more stats taken for this second term. We're about 22 minutes into the second term, into time on, as the Eagles bring the ball back in, go long into the middle of the ground. Lindsay, who's back on, Fruin is also there, brings it to the front of the pack. Wise is there, but so too is Wasley. Cleverly gets a hand pass out towards Morton. His kick back into the danger zone for the Eagles. They've got a couple of numbers back there. Fist away from Hall, only as far as Gallagher. What can he do? Tries to squeeze a hand pass out. Now has a second effort at it at ground level. Cleverly done. Hand pass goes towards McClure, who's sat upon the footy. Ball ace is hovering around there, and the umpire's forced to come in and have a bounce. About 30 metres out from the red leg goal, northern end of the parade.
Yeah, that was great work by Scotty Matthews there, just to put the pressure on, just to keep Norwood at bay, because they are threatening to score some quick goals.
48 plays 27. Norwood still doing it nicely. Sikalella gets the Eagles out of trouble up towards the big fellows in Lindsay and Calabrese. Lindsay hovers over the footy, plays tunnel ball, but only gets it as far as Gallagher. He gets it across to James, and his quick kick round the corner couldn't be marked by Walker. He's cleverly got it at the second effort, though, and runs out of defence. Up towards centre-half forward, 3-on-1 there. Daniels works McGregor under the footy. Norwood have some numbers at ground level. They squeeze the footy out towards Doreen. Oh, too many numbers because Pitt and him collide, and the ball comes towards Spiro Darzanos now. It's socket inside the Eagles forward 50. Matty Dawes is back there. A flying hand pass out towards Borlace. He has a couple to beat. Skipworth at ground level. What can he do? Tries to scoop it up, but only taps it towards the boundary line and will have a throw-in outer side of the Norwood Oval, about where the 50-metre arc meets the boundary.
Yes, just in front of the Cooper's Hill there, and we can see that David Shipway is crashing in to get a Cooper's up there. There's no doubt about that.
A little nice little white wine by Shippy at the moment. The red leg side have added 2 goals, 4 in this quarter. The Eagles have added 3 goals, 1, and they're forward again. Another goal by the Eagles. It's been a successful quarter. Been pretty good at the moment. They need one more. Can this player do it? Jason Earl kicks looking for Sikalella. Now he'll stop and prop and probably hold the ball a bit too long, or he gives to Wise. Wise from the boundary kicks to within 5 metres of the Eagles' goals. And they need a winner here. Taken high and taken late is Scotty Borlace, and the free kick will go to that player in the last line of defence.
They can't take a trick at the moment, can they, Eagles? They're really not having any luck tonight, but really, Norwood, they should be a lot further in front, but anything can happen in this strange game of football, Corey Wingard.
Yes, 48 plays, 27 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard in favour of the Redlegs. Ball comes grandstand side. Calabrese and Lindsay. That is a battle of the big men, no doubt about that. Lindsay there on his hands and knees, trying to work the footy forward. Gets Brett James in a headlock. A headlock the Hulk Hogan would be proud of. And the umpire comes in to do his duty all over again as the play is locked up. On the 50-metre arc, grandstand side of the parade. The umpire elects to throw it up this time. Calabrese wrestles there with Lindsay. Lindsay gets one across the head, taps it towards Clements. We'll say hi to his mum shortly. Anne-Marie, I know she's listening in the car up there in Kimber. Ball comes towards grandstand side. Clever mark there by Scotty Bassett. Not paid, and it's hacked forward by the Redlegs. Gets it up towards half forward. Fruin's left his man. Good defensive work, and he mops up and sends the Eagles back towards centre half forward. Lindsay creates a contest. Darzanos at ground level. Cleverly across to Wise. He has to get it on first option. Elected to go the second option, which was a kick around the corner. Looking for Skipworth, and a great mark taken there, George Fiarchi, by Matty Dawes. He switches play to the outer side, has a couple of runners. McKenzie's there also for the Eagles. He manages to get it to ground level. Cleverly done. Hacked forward towards, only as far as Jeffries, I should say. He has a couple of numbers, and one of those is Shirley. Shares it with him now. Spears a fast pass into Darzanos. Good at second effort at ground level. Dodges around a couple. Must find a target here now. Has one. Sits the ball up for him, but coming in and taking a good defensive mark. Not paid. Play on. McKenzie stands it. Has a shot for goal. Oh, he's got it. The Eagles make the most. The boos you could hear, they thought the pit mark should have been paid. It wasn't, and it was picked off by McKenzie, who's done some damage late in this second term. The Eagles have their fifth. 5-3. They trail Norwood 7-6 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard.
Yes, we love the work of Mark McKenzie. He looks unassuming. He's very light, but he's a very good footballer and will capitalise on any mistake, as what just happened just then. And we see that finally Andrew Crowell has come on to replace one of his Eagles teammates, and he runs straight to full forward. So hopefully he can direct the Eagles straight to the forward line.
Well, 4 goals to 2 in favour of the Eagles this quarter, Poppy. They've come back.
Well, I've been critical of Ronnie Fuller, but at the end of the day, the scoreboard tells the story. And at the moment, the joke's on me. The ball goes forward now through Sikalella towards the left half forward flank. Outnumbered 4-1 was McGregor. But McClure comes in, lends a hand, gives a favourable bounce, but only momentarily as Borlay slips and then stops and props and kicks forward towards right half forward flank. Mark taken, free kick paid, one of the two.
Yes.
Much to the disgust of the Norwood crowd, Skipworth has the ball.
Oh, definitely there. The Norwood just slipping a little bit, and the ball just goes forward onto the wing position.
It does, where Rob Shirley takes the mark. A change being made. Jeffrey's coming off.
Yes, and Colville coming back on.
The ball goes to centre half forward. Big fly from behind. I think it was Crowell that flew high. Couldn't take the mark, but kept the ball in there. Arc of the 50 directly in the corridor. Crowell has words with Kane McLean from Norwood. Stephen Pitt says to McClure, "You want to dance?" And Crowell and Pitt now have words. Keep an eye on that one, George.
Yeah, it's a good dance.
It is too. Stephen Pitt usually deals with criminals. I reckon he could take care of Andrew Crowell if he really wanted to, but I'd like to see Crowley get a bit of the ball. Daniel Wise, he's got a bit of the ball tonight. Kicks to within 35. Nice mark, Stevie Daniels. Play on to the call. Tell you what, in tough conditions tonight, the umpire hasn't shown a lot of leniency, but Stephen Pitt has the ball. The player we just spoke of, courtesy of a free kick. He comes grandstand side, where Scotty Borlase has a bit of room to move.
Has some time, goes long now down towards centre wing. Out in the strong lead there is Bassett. Well done by Pedley. Gets a fist to it. At the back there, Fruin has a bit of time to pick it up, gather his thoughts and gather the footy. Goes by foot up towards King on a long lead. Good hard contest there. Guess who was in that? Borlase. He always is. A high tackle there from McClure.
Oh, he's hurt too.
Who's that?
Borlase is definitely hurt. That really hurt him in that contest.
No, I don't think he can hurt Borlase. Gallagher has the footy. He was the one taken high by McClure, and he switches play inboard and finds big Carlo Calabrese. McGregor's on the mark. Carlo goes with that lumbering left foot, comes towards the grandstand side. Yerbury out in a big long lead, makes a contest, comes towards the front of the pack. James, clever little tap on there towards Gallagher, but numbers force the footy back over his head. Sikalala there off the ground, gets it through McGregor's legs. Carlo Calabrese does a do-say-do, can't find the footy. In there, McGregor wants more players pile on top of it, and we will have a bounce. About 40 metres out from the Eagles' goals. As the siren sounds to end half-time, I was going to say they're being persistent. They could be rewarded with another one, but the siren has sounded. Half-time here at the Norwood Oval. The Redlegs 7-6-48 lead the Eagles 5-3-33 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard.
Yes, it's a great quarter. Great quarter. Let me get this out, actually. Great quarter football to the Eagles. They played very well. We were very critical in the first quarter.
George,
they come back. Oh, I was not.
Actually, Poppy was too.
I was, yeah.
But 7-6-48, 5-3-33. Great contest here at Norwood Oval. We'll have a short break. We'll be back with Scotty Cunningham with his interpretation of that first half, and Big John Nankin with all the statistics. You're listening to 5 to End football.
Good on you, guys.
Course meal and drinks in that $45.
Good.
Will be fantastic. Males and females are more than welcome. It's not a blokey night. It will be a fun night, but males and females are welcome. Corporate bookings are also more than welcome. Phone Sarah at the club, 8344 8733. That is Wednesday, 22nd of May at Prospect North Adelaide Footy Club. Should be a wonderful fun.
I was talking to Barry Robin the other day, and I said, Barry, you know Corey. He said, who's Corey? Well, speaking of Barry, here's his son Jonathan, and he punches the ball forward over the top of Lindsay. Cottons overruns it. Now Sikalala kicks forward. Nice work by a number of Norwood players, but in the end, Yerbury got Fruin too low and consequently gets the free kick, gives to Danny Wise, one of the better players in the field, kicks towards half forward. And at ground level, it's good work there by the Eagles in through Earl, and if they goal first off, a sloppy kick around the corner by Crowd didn't find the mark, unfortunately, because would have been a dream start for the Eagles. Now Colville's dispossessed by Brett James, who picks up his 14th touch of the night, another handball. Guess what? Norwood tried to change direction, and they kicked a goal. I can't believe that. From the left back pocket, they tried to change direction and kicked a goal.
That was a great
It's
snap.
actually a point for the Eagles. 5-4-34, Norwood 7-6-48.
Redlegs bring the footy in, try to come grandstand side. Kings, they're working hard at the in the air, I should say. Jonathan Robin, good though at ground level. Gets it across to Borlase. He's clever enough to squeeze a kick around the corner to Clements. We said hi to his mum in Kimber before because she's listening in the car on the radio. They go up towards centre half forward, punched away there by Bassett. The Carslake's good at ground level. Cotton, who I reckon's been best on ground so far, it was busy there as well. Goes in there for a second attempt. Clever tap on there. Will that count on the stats? John Nankerville Hill puts his thumbs up, gets it out towards Borlace. His kick around the corner, though, well smothered by Fruin, who Scotty Cunningham has liked tonight. And through Matthews, the Eagles get out of trouble. They go to the outer side wing. A task set here for Darzanos. He had a couple to beat, and he couldn't quite do it. Inboard to Crouch. His hand pass back over the top. They've got some numbers. Doreen shares it with a teammate again now. They're looking pretty good here, Norwood. The little chip kick, though, wasn't that flash. Goes across. McClure has to have 2 or 3 bites at it. Should have taken it on the first attempt, and Norwood could make him pay. Yerbury shares it across to Gallagher. On his left boot, looks pretty good. Just away to the left through for a minor score. The fans on the Coopers Hill got a bit excited there, but it is a minor score for the Redlegs. On the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard, the Eagles 5-4-34, Norwood 7-7-49.
Yes, the pro-Norwood crowd here at Norwood Oval are looking for Norwood to break open the Eagles in this third term. And so far, the Eagles have stood up, but I just feel there are a few cracks appearing.
15 points down, the Eagles, as Pedler brings the ball back into Fruin on centre-half back line. The former Kangaroo has the ball now, and with the right foot will send the Eagles forward to around about centre-half forward. Spiros Zonos tries to edge out his opponent, but he can't. He was far too big. And I speak of Norwood's Matty Bartamucci. Well, he's not really far too big, but he's bigger than Darzanos.
Yes, he might be Wosley, I think, Poppy.
Was it Wosley? Well, he comes grandstand side now, that player, Wosley. And nice mark too, Bassett. Got this one right in front of Pedler. Good mark too, Scotty Bassett. Right half forward flank, kicks to within the corridor, 20 metres out. Lindsay flew high, but early. I thought Gallagher was coming from behind. Has he got it? No, he's kicked his second behind in the space of a minute. It was a soccering goal as we see a player down behind play, Corey.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on as Stephen Hall went down there. Very slow to get up. Got to all fours and a help from a couple of teammates, but he's going to take up his place in the zone over in the back pocket there as Joey Pedler looks to bring the ball back in for the Eagles.
Geez, Gallagher looks really dangerous every time he goes near the ball, and it looked like it was a certain goal. He's so quick.
Pedler now elects to come down the middle of the ground, looking for a big mark there. Fruin Yerbury, though. Fruin went looking for the body, and Yerbury went after the footy. Took a mark as easy as like a chip kick over the top. They could have raffled it there, the Redlegs, 30 metres out from goal. And in the end, Scotty Bassett it was that took quite a comfortable mark. Morton was there as well. He provided a bit of a screen, but Bassett took a mark. No dramas at all. They don't need this one to go against them, the Eagles, but Norwood would like it dearly just to skip away and keep that margin at a comfortable distance. Norwood 7-8-50 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard. The Eagles 5-4-34.
Yes, Corey Wingard described it as a chip kick, but I thought it was better than that because it found Scotty Bassett. He's only 30 metres out. He'll put this ball straight through the goals as he does, and he's put it straight through the southern end here at Norwood Oval under lights. Magnificent conditions, a little bit dewy, but Norwood are looking very good. That's Scotty Bassett's second goal, Corey Wingard.
Yes, he's doing very, very well for the red leg side tonight. He really is providing a contest, and you called it, George. You kicked it before he even kicked it, put it right through the middle. The Redlegs 8-8-56 lead the Eagles 5-4-34 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard.
In the centre for the Eagles, Colville, Lindsay, Cigalella and McClure. He's up against Borlace, Robrin, Crouch and James. Nice contest. Lindsay gets the tap, looks for Colville, can't find that player. Borlace hit the ground hard but got the kick forward. Nice work, Yerbury again. Just getting the edge on Fruin in the last couple of contests. His second strong mark. Read the ball well in flight. And from centre-half forward, will send the Redlegs forward again. Nice leg. Bassett's a target. Bassett gets the free kick.
50.
And yes, sirree, Pedler frustrated. But that'll cost his side because a 25-metre penalty, I would have thought, will put Bassett within metres of the Norwood goals, and he has the opportunity. In fact, he will kick his third goal, George.
Oh, he certainly will. And Rob Popplestone, you mentioned there was a bit of a mismatch in the first term where Scotty Bassett looked very, very dangerous on the young Joseph Pedler. And Pedler came back in that second quarter, but early here in the third term, Scotty Bassett's just put through his third goal of the evening. Norwood starting to fire up here at Norwood Oval. Rob Popplestone?
Yep, Norwood 9-8-62. The Eagles 5-4-34. You're listening to Footy on 5DN.
6 hours on the floor after falling out of bed.
12 hours in the garden with a broken collarbone.
2 days in the backyard with a broken hip.
3 days trapped in the bathroom after a fall.
Or a few minutes wait for an ambulance.
Don't leave it too long to find out about Call Direct, the only medical alarm connected directly to SA Ambulance Service. Call 136272 now for more information.
It's three-quarter time in the AFL at the MCG. Essendon have a 35-point lead. Essendon 9-12-66. Carlton 4-7-31. Back to the Norwood Oval.
6-minute mark here of the third term. 28-point ball game in favour of the Redlegs. Ball in the middle. James hacks it out of there up towards centre half forward. Ubery off after it. Morton's in there as well. Ubery ends up tackling Morton. I'm not sure how that worked out, but the Redlegs still have more numbers and they come away with it. Gallagher, turn of speed. Swings back around on his right boot. Stops, props, puts it inside the forward 50. Need a big flyer here. Sikalala crashes into the pack. Couldn't quite hold it. Ball's at ground level. Fruin's on the end of that hand pass. Goes backwards towards Hall. What can they do here, the Eagles? Jason Earl, the Duke. He's in there as well. His kick's not a good one because it's found. Crouch. Diving, attempted a mark. Couldn't quite hold it. Tapped out. Comes away with another Red Leg teammate. They've got some numbers there. Snap towards the goal square. But Jason Earl's there to hang on and stop that one going through for any sort of score. Earl then sends it outside the 50. Big kick there looking for Wise. Good mark. He has a runner there and Sikalala should have given it the first time. Looked for the second option and it's been his downfall tonight. Comes towards Fruin. Clever tackle there. The umpire calls play on though. Bowen it was that laid the tackle. Players in on top of the footy now. Wigley's in there as well for the Eagles. The umpire will be forced to come in now and have a bounce. We're only 20 metres away from the Norwood goal. Southern end of the parade.
Yes, Rob Popplestone, the cracks are looking a bit wider here for the Eagles because Norwood have come out on fire in this third term and they look like they're going to destroy the Eagles from here.
Yeah, it does look like that. It did look like that at quarter time also, though, but let's see what the Eagles can do, how they respond to this sort of pressure. Colville goes searching for Fruin in defensive 50. And it's the Norwood side who again win the 50-50 contest. Punch from behind by Hall goes towards the boundary line. Right back pocket. It is Colville, not right back Cockett. It's with Colville. The ball goes outside 50. I was just making a joke of myself there, George, as they go forward again. And it's Morton now who lays off. They go forward, Redlegs. But in this quarter, although they've scored a number of goals already, they've had a few opportunities that have gone begging. Gallagher kicked two behinds. Another one there out in the full. And Andrew Crowell with the ball in the right back pocket. Not the right back cocket, as I said. We'll send the Eagles forward again.
Don't explain your jokes, mate. We get them.
They do. Out towards the halfback flank, looking for Lindsay there. Jonathan Robin comes in from the side, puts both arms up, can't hang on to the footy, goes to ground level. Yerbury working hard. That kicks it up and under one towards the centre wing. Norwood have the numbers attack the footy hard, but the bounce is fortunate for the Eagles, and Sikalala gets on the end of that hand pass inside the forward 50. Skipworth, haven't seen him all night, and he bobs up inside the forward 50. He's got an option inside, goes towards that player, and it is Jeffries.
Yes, Jeffries has just come on the ground. He's replaced Joseph Pedler, and Crowell has gone back on the dangerous Scott Bassett. But we have Jeffries here lining up from 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Corey Wingard, you'll take this up because you'll put this ball straight through the middle, no doubt about it.
George, if you say he'll miss it, I'll put 5 on. He gets it.
He'll miss it.
Jeffries has it here. Coming in with his right-footed kick, goes towards the right post, bends it back right through the middle. George Fiarchi called it. Once George said he was never going to get it, Jeffries slotted it through. That's the Eagles' 6. They move along to 6-4-40, trailing Norwood 9-8-62. Just doing enough to stay in touch at the moment, the Eagles. We've played about 9.5 minutes of this third term, and they're just keeping in touch, George. I mean, Norwood, as you said, have had a lot of the play, but they can't quite shake the Eagles, can they?
No, the Eagles are just trying to take the game back up to it. And it was a good move by Ron Fuller to get Pedler off of the dangerous Bassett, but Jeffries just came on, found himself free on his 150th game. Rob Popplestone, great effort.
It is 150th game, 173 goals. Ball bounced down. Lindsay, can he find a teammate? He can't. First player there, Scarslake. Gallagher comes in to lend a hand. Now Cotton on the non-preferred foot. That's his right. Kicks towards centre half forward. McClure, who's been busy and getting the Eagles back. 1-2s with Fruin, who gives to the Earl. Jason Earl kicks towards half forward flank. Nice work to Reen. Good mark in front of McClure on the left half back flank for Norwood. Plays on quickly. McClure puts some pressure on, but the kick's nice. Out the back, Bassett. 3 deep, couldn't get hands to the agate. Now it's Fruin. He's got a bit of time. The handball was sloppy, a little bit too casual. But Earl has enough time to kick towards grandstand side, go looking for Wigley, and he finds that player on the left half-back flank, grandstand side. The Eagles are kicking to the northern end, but they're trailing by 22 points.
Lindsay there, the target, punched away from him, and King as well. Comes to Clement at ground level. We said hi to his mum a few times tonight. We hope she's having a good evening. He's wrapped up, and the ball will be bounced again.
I've seen the picture in the paper today.
She's a lovely lady. Good article by Doug Robertson. Robertson in the paper today as well. And
I spoke to her early in the week. I said, Corey says Alicia's Corey who?
Sorry, I'm just having a laugh at myself as well now. Umpire right in front of the 5D and commentary box puts the bounce down. John O'Robbin comes in, lays it down towards Carslake. He has Clement there as an option. Can't quite get him with the hand pass. Chapman comes in to lay the tackle, and the umpire will come in and do his job all over again. Centre wing grandstand side of the parade. Yes,
you know, I was speaking to Emma's wife during the week, Corey's wife during the week too. Emma, how's Corey going? You know what she said, George? Corey who?
Ball bounce down, comes towards Carslake in there, working hard as king. Yes, appreciate that. Haven't been home much lately. Ball kicked forward by the Eagles. They've got an option here. McGregor has the hands up, can't quite get it. Colville at ground level. What can he do? Can't get a handle on it the first grab. Players are around the footy though. Skipworth there, trying to dance in and out of trouble. Ends up in trouble. Can't quite get anything happening there. Norwood come in and bottle the footy up on the 50-metre arc in front of the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard.
Told you she was just a front for him.
No, we have fun, but I must say I did catch up with Corey's mum during the week. She's a lovely lady. And I said, how's Corey going? You know what she said? Ball to bounce down. Inside forward 50. Nice work. McGregor lays off to Sikalala. His kick from a standing start gets to within 10. Lindsay from the back of the pack provides a contest. Needs a winner. James first player there. Little red leg skipper. McClure applies some pressure. Dawes in trouble. Good tackle. Bounce down. Just metres away from the Cutaway mini-skip scoreboard. Norwood 9.862. The Eagles 6.440.
I swear you just said the wed legs. Did you say wed legs?
I could have.
You could have. No, but it's a good game of football here. Very tight at the moment. Eagles need to score very quickly.
Umpire throws it up. Pitt tries to apply the tackle. The Eagles squeeze something out of here. What can they do? Can they create something inside the 50? Colville's hanging around the footy. Sikalala's there as well. They need someone to have a quick snap here. Norwood, they're trying to just tie the footy up. And they, in fact, walk it over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And we're about 5 metres around from the behind post at the northern end of the parade, the end to which the Eagles are kicking.
Do you know, George, I caught up with Corey's brother.
Ball thrown in. Lindsay there doing the work with John O'Robbin. Tap down. Players jump on it immediately. It is tight. The Redlegs are getting quite desperate at the moment. Just trying to hold the footy up. They know the Eagles don't want to pinch another one. 62 plays 40 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. We've played about 14 minutes of this third term. The
Eagles will not lie down. The Eagles will not lie down. They're still fighting here. They don't want Norwood to get away from him, and they're really putting the pressure on.
Stevie Daniels tries to crash his way through that pack. Dawes is also in there. He's wrapped up immediately. Both sides aren't stopping. The umpire's blowing the whistle here. He's going to pick out a free kick. It got all a bit too willing in there. The Redlegs fans like it, and it will go the way, I think, of Jonathan Robin. The umpire's called play on pretty quick, smart, and the ball comes out towards the grandstand side. Not a good kick. Darzanos, the Greek god, as George calls him, has the footy. Goes inboard, has a couple of options there. King's one of those. He's been lively for them up forward. He's a couple of kicks from goal, though. What's he going to do? Josh King in his second game puts it inside the forward 50. They need a big fly here. The Eagles, they get it. McGregor snap up and down. Sitting underneath it there is Crouch, and he will relieve for the Redlegs, and they go out towards the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard.
He gives to James, and they start to work it out with numbers. A group of Norwood players, but they're a little bit sloppy in their disposal. Lindsay, the big ruckman for the Eagles, comes in and lends a bit of body to the contest. Now McClure edges it forward. Sikalala, he's fighting hard, tries to play for the free kick. Stephen Pitt goes for touch. Almost rugby league-like. Can he find it? No, he can't. Shirley's in there fighting hard.
Well,
free kick, Eagles. 40 metres out, boundary, right, full forward, pocket.
Persistence pays off.
That's the Chapman, the young Chapman. He's on a very cute angle, but he's about 30 metres out, looking to pass off here, but he'll have to go. But Eagles, they've really lifted their work rate in this last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they have indeed. It was exactly 5 minutes ago to the second, George, that you said they were gone. 22 points down they are. They get this. They're within 16. Chapman's kicked 1 goal in his SANFL career. His 16th game tonight.
He can't kick this. He's only kicked 1 goal. He's can't kick this.
The kick for goal. Oh, you're joking.
George has hammered him. Guess what? He's kicked it. Beautiful goal, Greg Chapman. Oh, the Eagles are back in the hunt. The Redlegs are starting to get a bit worried.
It happens too many times, George, for it to be coincidental. You are a freak.
What are you suggesting?
7-4-46, the Eagles. Norwood, 9-8-62. You're listening to 5D in footy.
For Scott's Plumbing, Og the Caveman. Who's that with you, Og?
This Og's cousin, Grunt. Grunt from Europe. She very refined. Into quality.
That's timely, Og, because Scott's Plumbing are introducing a new range of affordable quality appliances from Europe too. They're called Linear.
Linear?
Scott's have Linear in white or stainless steel, all with 3-year warranties.
Hear that, Grunt? Good. Now go in the kitchen and cook Og Stegosaurus steak.
Scott's Plumbing, now with the best in appliances. 66 OG Road, Clemsig.
And in the AFL, Essendon and Carlton, they've played 7 minutes in the final quarter. Essendon 10-14-74, leading Carlton 5-7-37. Back to the Norwood Oval.
Yeah, just back in time to see Jared Cotton steady the ship for the Redlegs. Runs into an open goal, puts it on the board. The Redlegs fans like that a lot. Ball was slung out from Bassett, almost a throw. Goes to Cotton, who I reckon's been fantastic for them tonight. And he puts their 10th goal of the evening on the scoreboard. It is his second for the evening. Norwood move along to 10-8-68. They lead the Eagles 7-4-46 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard.
Yeah, you called that very well, Corey Wingard. I'm not sure who you are, but Scotty Bassett was slung and threw the ball out to Jared Cotton. He just steadied out from about 30 metres out, straight in front, put the ball straight through, scored Norwood's 10th goal.
Well, here we go. Robin v. Lindsay. Neither player get hands to the ball. McClure busts the pack, runs 10, kicks to within 20. Back of the pack, McGregor. Can he get hands to it? He can. Darzanos fights hard. Skipworth. He's always in the right posse as far as a rover goes, but runs into trouble. No opportunity. Darzanos says to Crouch, just go easy, my friend.
Oh, umpire.
No, that's silly. That's just silly umpiring.
Morton
I'm going to have a look through.
Bartamucci
Jeff
on
Brown.
and Lindsay off for the Eagles, and coming on is the number 40, Hayden Walker again.
Bad decision, Jeff Brown. He's made two bad ones. A red leg throw in the forward 50 a moment ago resulted in a Norwood goal, and a disgustingly bad free kick by Jeff Brown on that occasion. He's umpiring with no confidence. And he's not working hard to get himself in position. In fact, he's running out of position now deliberately. He knows he cannot make a right decision.
Doreen on the outer side gets it up towards the half-forward.
In fact, he's over the fence now and sitting with the crowd.
It's a bit harsh.
Keep an eye on him there,
He's
Poppy.
actually pointing that
Bloody horrible.
Oh, Dazanos is not happy. There's something going on back here with the umpire.
Yeah, well, that's the umpire has actually run back to argue with a player rather than keep his eye on the contest, rather than keep his eye on the play.
Let's follow the footy.
Jeff.
Follow the footy. Ball thrown in. Newbury gets a tap to ground level. Wise is working hard for the Eagles. He's sat upon by a couple of players. The saddle goes on. The whip comes out. George Fiati smiles. The umpire says, no, I'll just have a bounce. Half-forward flank outer side with Norwood going to the southern end of the parade. Ball thrown up.
Oh, dear.
Working hard. Goes towards Sikalala. His quick kick up towards centre wing. Needs a mark here. The Eagles going back with the flight of the footy with plenty of courage. There was Pitt. Comes to ground level. Back to Darzanos. He has it now. Shares it with Wise. Wise has to give the first time. Waits and gives it on his second or third option. But fortunately, the ball gets towards centre half forward where Skipworth takes a mark. He's got Mark McKenzie, who has been quiet in this term. Spent a bit of time on the bench. He has it now. McKenzie, 40 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. As I said earlier, I like this kid. He has very good skills.
You've got to take your hat off to the Eagles. They're actually playing quite well. Considering the pressure out there, they're still persistent in their little chip game. But here on Norwood Oval, where you normally go long and it really pays out, they're chipping it around, and the ball's out on McKenzie. He's lining up from about 20 or almost 30 metres out. He'll put this through, McKenzie. He's a good player.
Oh, that means he'll miss now. George has said that. The kick's pretty good, though. No, he has put it through. Great skills there from McKenzie. 22-point ball game now becomes a 16-point ball game. We have played almost 20 minutes of this third term. McKenzie's second of the night. This is 5D in footy.
Rob Popplezone, is it almost time for you to say something stupid like the Eagles will come up?
I'm not going to say anything now. I've been frustrated with the umpiring, and it's only been one little area of the umpiring I've been a bit frustrated with, but generally they've been pretty good, including Jeff Brown tonight, but he just had a purple patch there where he did everything wrong.
Is purple patch mean a bad patch? I thought it was a good patch.
Yeah, well, purple patch of bad things, I meant.
If you can do such a
I'm not sure what colour is for bad.
The umpire bounces it down now. Hayden Walker in the ruck for the Eagles. Gets his second attempt. Releases Wise. A goal here would be very interesting. Wise from 55. It's a long kick. Crown needs to provide the Shepherd. Good fist away there in defence from Pitt. But the ball's still alive. Back towards Sikalala. He's taken the mark and taken high. The umpire didn't see it that way. Sikalala goes in for a second dip. McGregor with the snap. It's an up and under. How's it going to sail? Josh King pushes back. Needs a mark here. Good defensive mark taken. Stood his ground.
Yeah, free kick. Here we go again. Jeff's got it again. Jeff's in control as usual. You're not allowed to contest now.
I thought Sikalala might have been taken high inside the 52. Luck was a fortune there for the Redlegs, because
Jeff was doing up his shoelace.
As it stands, Stephen Pitt has the footy in the goal square. A free kick there awarded a few moments ago. Comes grandstand side looking for ball. Darzanos tries to provide the contest there. Ball comes back towards him. The umpire's picked the throw against the Eagles.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll check the free kick count at three-quarter time, but at the moment it's looking pretty good for the Redlegs.
Here we go. Now he's ripping the ball off the players.
hands the footy to the umpire, who throws it back to the red leg player in Wosley. It is. Tries to get around Sikalella. Could have asked too much here. The kick is a bit of
Look out
for ball ace. Lindsay crashes into him. Oh, another soft free kick. They are doing it pretty easy. Going to ball ace right in front of the 5D commentary box, and the Norwood faithful here. They're happy with it, but the Eagles fans, I dare say, would not be too happy with that.
You can't call that a soft free kick. Lindsay just elbowed him straight in the head.
Oh, I thought Lindsay hardly touched him. But anyway, ball goes up towards half forward. Throwing a couple of efforts in the mark. The umpire won't pay that one. Goes to ground level. Colville there almost has his head ripped off. Gets a quick kick up towards the 5D commentary box once more. Wosley's there. Skipworth falls over in back play. Funny kick that from Wosley. Goes towards Dawes. He can't quite get the hand pass out. Skipworth now, he's starting to find a bit of the footy. Shares it with Colville. Colville spears a pass out, looking for Lindsay though. But Pitt does well to position himself in the better place and take a good solid chest mark at centre half back true.
He does indeed. Goes laterally, finds the big man in Calabrese. Not 10, the umpire says. Guess what? That was Jeff Brown. Ball goes towards Gallagher, takes on Lindsay, gives 20 metres, courtesy of a handball, but keeps possession. That's the important thing. Daniel's a little bit too casual, opens the door for Skipworth. This could be a mistake of the highest order. In fact, the player with it was Benjamin Wilson, but his desperation saves the day for both him and his team. Half-back flank the Redlegs, and they surge through towards that outer side half-forward flank. Daniels is the third man in, through and punches the ball over the boundary line.
Correct me, Rob Popplestone, if I'm wrong, but I know we're trying to be too pretty with their football.
No, I don't think so.
Pretty or fancy. They do have a habit of overusing the footy, George. I think you might be half right there. I won't give you full credit, no doubt about that. Ball thrown in, bound against Walker. Walker gets a tap down, but the Redlegs have the number. James gets a step around the corner, finds a teammate. They're 55 from goal, the Redlegs. What can they do? Time's running out. We're about 23 minutes into this term. Good long lead there from Yerbury. Can't quite get his hands to it, but the Redlegs do have the number. Nice. Snap. Looks pretty good. Just away to the left. Doreen, I think it was, with that snap. Not bad. Just away to the left. Another minor score.
Brown still, look at the umpire. As an umpire, do you not get... Look at this. He's still having a conversation with players.
That was Kane McLean, that snap. 10-9-69. The Eagles, 8-4-52 on the Carlaway mini-skip scoreboard.
He's let it chat to the players.
No, I don't think so.
Hall brings the ball back in, goes to the outer side, looking for a fly. Bassett at the front. Oh, cleverly done. Flew right across the front of the pack. It was 4 deep, and Bassett just plucked it from the front. Unloads with a big drop punt. Looking back there, Crowell pushing back, trying to keep Bartamucci out of the contest. Comes to ground level. How's Crowell got to go? He goes to ground. Hand passes backwards, finds the Duke. The Jason Earl gets them out of trouble. Along the boundary line. Will it stay in? Just. And rolls out of bounds after it pitches. Cleverly done there by Jason Earl. Will have a throw in about 65 metres out from the red leg goal.
Rob Popplestone, there's a great crowd here tonight. Friday night footy is very successful with the SANFL. We're talking about 5 or 6. I reckon 6.
Right, I said 5 before and you said I was exaggerating.
Well, that was before they all came in.
Okay, ball bounced down. Half-back flank, Norwood go into offensive 50. Nice work. Opens the door. Scotty Bassett. Goal number 4. Good work to the Redlegs. Beautiful work to Scotty Bassett. His third goal in the third quarter. The Eagles now trail substantially. They're 8-4-52, and Norwood is 11-9-75. You're listening to Footy on 5DN.
I'm speaking with John Landers, the cataract doctor. John, I believe there's some new laser technology for cataract surgery.
Yes, it's called the Zeiss IOL Master. It's the world's first non-contact laser biometer. And the first one in South Australia is now in my practice.
What does it do?
It's used to measure the eye and calculate the power of the implant that is going to be used in the surgery. Because it uses laser interferometry, it's almost 100% accurate.
What does this mean?
Well, it means we can offer a higher standard of predictability of post-operative visual correction than ever before. And that reduces the dependency on glasses significantly. This will mean a lot to those who are more active and wish to play sports or drive without glasses.
Can it help everybody?
Unfortunately, no. If the cataract is too bad because it has been left too long, the laser beam cannot penetrate it. Early assessment and treatment is important to obtain better and more predictable results.
Thanks, John. Remember, if you have a cataract, ask your optometrist or local doctor to refer you to John Landers, the cataract doctor, and he'll have you looking better.
Back here at the parade, Norwood go forward once more. Another minor score there from Ball Ace. Just got a poor bounce on that shot on goal. 10-11. I should say 11-10.
You read it from the left.
My dyslexia is kicking in. 11:10.76. The Eagles are 8-4-52 on the Cartaway mini skip
Maybe
scoreboard.
we should go see the cataract doctor.
I should. They come in through the middle now, the Eagles. I can see this quite clearly. Wise is looking pretty good. He goes inside the forward 50, but all the numbers back there are with Norwood. And Stevie Daniels takes a good defensive mark. He comes grandstand side. Ball ace. George would have think it's his first run on the ground, but he's been very busy tonight. Ball ace shares it with Carslake. Goes along the boundary line. That kick's not so great. And in fact, it sails out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick will be taken by the Duke, Jason Earl.
Jason Earl.
52.
Yes, late replacement for the injured Floriani, but he's done quite well tonight, Jason Earl.
He has. He comes grandstand side on the wing. McGregor front of the pack, taken under it though. They just got the numbers. Scotty Bassett under pressure. He knew what he was trying to do and he did it well. He went for touch right in front of our 5D in commentary position.
And Big John Nankerville's just told me Jason Earl's first kick, so he hasn't done that well.
Turn it up. We've played almost 27 minutes of this third term. Can't be much time to go. Ball thrown in. Players pile on top of the footy. Earl has had 7 possessions, actually, George, in this third term. He has been very, very busy, thanks to money options, a stat from Big John Nankerville.
Ball to be bounced down. Now it's Walker up against Calabrese. Calabrese gets the tap to Ball Ace. He's taken ball and all by Matthews. Now it's Carslake. Kicks to within the boundary line and seeing it over is Wiggly. Now, look, they're 4 goals down, the Eagles. They'd be desperate for another goal just before three-quarter time, and then they were within touch. 4 goals plus without Norwood scoring could be too much of an ask.
Walker to do the ruck work there, up against Calabrese. Comes out the back door. Ball ace smothered from Sikalola. Calabrese back in with the second attempt. Wiggly, I'm not sure where that fist was going, but Lux of Fortune goes to McClure in the middle. Colville behind, has to have a big fly. This gets a fist to it. Comes to ground level. Ball ace is there again. He's been busy too. Cleverly across to Gallagher. Great skill. Spins out of trouble. Looking for Bound. Bound actually provides the shepherd in the end. And they had the footy inside their forward 50, Nord. Beautifully done. And the ball is with Matty Batamucci. George's favourite player, I think, just because he loves to say his name. Batamucci has it, 40 out from goal.
Batamucci obviously related.
On about a 50-degree angle.
He'll kick this one, John Nankerville.
Let's put the mockers on him.
Yeah,
John gives the thumbs up. Batamucci comes in now with his left leg, pokes it at goal. Looks pretty good. He likes it. Oh, he's heading back to the middle to give the high fives and pump the fist. He's doing a great job. Norwood 12-10-82. Lead the Eagles 8-4-52 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard. This is 5D in footy.
At the Sussex Hotel, I'm a very important person, a VIP. As a Sussex VIP member, I'm very important. I get 10% off meals in the bistro, 5% off Sussex Hotel bottle shop purchases. I'm in 2 weekly draws of $50 each. And on my birthday, I'll get a free meal from the Sussex a la carte menu, free dessert, and a complimentary bottle of champagne. And the Sussex Hotel VIP Club is free to join. So if you want to feel very important, join the Sussex Hotel VIP Club, 68 Walkerville Terrace, Walkerville.
They played 18 minutes in the final quarter at the MCG, and Carlton slowly clawing their way back. Essendon 11-15-81, Carlton 8-7-55 back to the Norwood Oval.
Good on you, Big Dom. Dom Ronaldo there with Around the Grounds, thanks to the Jolly Miller for Geelong Beer, Australia's best. The Redlegs with the ball. Left half forward flank. They go through Crouch towards Bowen. He's 20 metres out, directly in front. Batamucci, who kicked the last goal, he's taken off the ball, but fairly says the umpire. Quick kick out of the pack by Wiggly. Can he find touch? He cannot. Shirley can. Oh, taken high. James takes him low. Play onto the call. The Redlegs, numbers around the ball. They're looking good. They're starting to flex their muscle as the siren goes. To mark three-quarter time, the Redlegs 12-10-82. The Eagles 8-4-52. The goal scorers for the Redlegs read like this. 4 goals to Scotty Bassett. 2 goals to Denny Morton and Jared Cotton. Singles to Stephen Daniels, Matty Batamucci, James. One of them was you playing league football.
It definitely was, but don't underestimate the Eagles. They've actually taken the challenge up to Norwood. Norwood, in that last 5 or 10 minutes, just kicked away slightly, but it's a 30-point ball game here at Norwood Oval. Magnificent conditions, a little bit dewy, but a great crowd of 5,000 to 6,000, and we are enjoying some great football here at Norwood Oval. Fronto SANFL footy. We're coming back for the first bounce here in the last term at Norwood Oval.
Instant glass replacement is only one phone call away. My Glazier, 24 hours, 7 days, immediate response. 1300 130 331. My Glazier will replace broken glass fast, and My Glazier will deal directly with your insurance company claim. That means no hard work and less paperwork. My Glazier makes glass replacement easy because it's fast and because you don't have to deal with your insurance company. Leave it all to My Glazier. My Glazier, 1300 130 331. My Glazier is your Glazier.
Back here at the parade, the game's underway now, and the Eagles go forward. Taken off the ball, and on the shoulder was Jeffries. Bartamucci gave him one to go along with. Young Matty, who kicked a nice goal in that third quarter. Gave Jeffries a bit of a bump. Ralph, Glenn Cooper's enjoying the night. Just making sure all the crowd's drinking the pale ale. Thanks, Glenn. We are. Ball spills over the boundary line again. Lindsay fights hard. Front of the 5D commentary position. Gallagher helps Jonathan Robran up to contest this ruck throw-in with Lindsay. Well, Lindsay's hasn't had the impact on this game that he normally has, but he gets this tap forward towards Wise, who's had a good contest with Gallagher. Taken high, says the umpire. Don't agree, I've got to say, George.
Wise has been one of the Eagles' better players. He has, goes towards centre half forward, looking forward to Darzanos. He's been busy as well. Swings around, gets it across the Crow. His hand pass over the top to Jeffrey, sets him up somewhat. Tackled by Crouch. Ball spills out now. Wise is on the end of it. What can he do here? Right foot snap, up and under, into the goal square. Need a mark here. McGregor, pretty cleverly done. He's held that, I think.
Glenburn Fabric.
Oh, magic moment. No doubt about that at all. Thanks to Glenburn Fabrics. That was an absolute beauty. I'm just trying to... Is that McGregor or is that Walker? It's Walker, I think. It is Walker that's gone forward. Hayden Walker. Sorry, I called it as Kenny McGregor, but Walker did beautifully. Standing up in the jostling duel with the defender, Stephen Daniels, managed to...
Kenny McGregor's happy on the bench. He just got a kick and he was not even out there.
It's Kenny McGregor been on tonight. Walker goes in, soldiers in and kicks that goal. The Eagles just stay in touch early in this final quarter. 9-4-58. They trail Norwood 12-10-82 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. This is 5D in footy.
If you're going through a divorce settlement or deceased estate and need financial advice, listen close. I'm Karen Shaw, and at Money Options we can show you how to plan for a solid future. We can help with wealth creation, financial strategies, superannuation, home loans, tax implications, life insurance and much more. We'll have a look at what your options are. Phone to make an appointment or ask for a free information pack. We're Money Options, the financial people with the lot. Phone us, Money Options, on 8277 2233 now.
Final score at the MCG. Essendon have come out victors. 12-15-87 have defeated Carlton 9-8-62. Back to the parade.
Good on you, Dom. Dom Ronaldo giving us the final score at the MCG. Thanks to the Jolly Miller for Geelong Beer, Australia's best. The ball goes forward. Sikalella flew high.
Yes, my apologies for interrupting you there, Rob Popplestone, but Sikalella flew high, but unfortunately ended up in getting in the back of Scott Doreen.
Doreen goes forward, but only as far as Lindsay. Play on was the call. Well, it must have been touched off the boot, or was it? I don't know, because it was that umpire again, Jeff Brown, who's in control. The Eagles go forward. They get the next one. All of a sudden, the game's alive. McKenzie gives to Jeffries. Jeffries took the eyes off the agate just to move forward and lost control for a moment.
Oh, no
Pushing it back. Yeah, against that free kick. Guess who the umpire was? Brown. Goes to Jeffries. He goes to Wise, and I tell you what, if you had to give the points to a player here, I think Wise might have just beaten Gallagher tonight. I know Gallagher's been good, but Wise in a side that's been beaten has been better. Sikalala comes off, you know what for, don't you, George?
I'm not sure, but McClure
well, I'll tell you, that
on.
fly he did a few minutes ago, undisciplined. He did one early in the game too, not happy. McClure comes on.
Is there such a thing as undisciplined fly?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Wise
if there's not,
there surely Wise won't kick from
no,
there.
He wouldn't be able to kick from outside 50. He'll get it to within 48, you'd reckon. Kicks. Ah, damn, 47 and a half. Ball punched over the boundary line.
Poppy stats from Big John Nankiville. Gallagher 17 possessions, Wise 22.
Gallagher's on top. You think so?
No, I just said that.
The ball to come back in. And it's Doreen for the Redlegs. Goes towards the outer side where Pitt has made the play. He's got a bit of room to move.
He has kicks long towards centre wing. Bound out on a good lead. Pushing back there courageously done by Jeffries. And he gets the free kick for his troubles as well. 23-point ball game here at the parade in favour of Norwood. We've played 4.5 minutes of this final turn. The Eagles go forward again. It's up towards half forward. Oh, Wigley should have backed with that foot. He didn't quite show the courage needed. Daniels comes up with it. Gets it forward. Bassett there at ground level. Hacks it into the forward 50. Oh, they've got the numbers and a good good mark taken. Play on's called by the umpire. Spun around Cotton. Straight into an open goal. He has another one, Jared Cotton. That is his third for the evening for mine. He's been absolutely fantastic. George hasn't seen him out there. He's been good, Jared Cotton, and Norwood have their 13. 13-10, 88. They lead the Eagles 9-5-59 on the Cartaway mini skip scoreboard. You're listening to 5DM Footy.
Yeah, it was disappointing play there by Wigley, was it, that back into that play. Turnover. Eagles were going forward instead of threatening the goal. He cost them a goal and possibly the game. Can't make mistakes like that at crucial times. And it's a
bit harsh.
Well, here comes the runner now, and if the runner doesn't take him off, the coach needs to have a look at himself.
Well, the runner's just done pat on the bump, said good work.
He's giving him the message and teaching the young fellow what not to do next time. 19 years of age, Tom Wigley, just playing his 5th senior game. Ball is at half forward for the Eagles, I should say. They're trying to work something out here. Spins out to Colville. Colville's right footed kick around the corner. They need a mark again here. Walker does well wrestling with Daniels, but the umpire says he's done a bit too much. Oh, sorry, I thought the free kick was going to go Daniels' way for over the shoulder. The umpire has given it to Walker.
Guess who the umpire is?
Take it when you can get it, Eagles fans. I tell you, that was very, very fortunate. What I saw up here was Walker had his arms and every limb he could possibly muster over Daniel's shoulder. The umpire saw it a different way, and Walker has it all the same. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Corey Wingard, will Walker kick this goal?
You tell me, George.
He'll kick it.
Oh, he probably missed now. Walker comes in now. 40 metres out, as I said. Floats one out. It looks pretty good. I think he likes it. He should have snuck that in. I'll pin it down. He's kicked it. He has his first of the night. The Eagles just staying in touch. I'd say it again. We've played nearly 7 minutes. The crowd didn't like that decision at all. 13-10-88, the Redlegs. 10-5-65, the Eagles. You're listening to 5DN Footy.
In 1962, Sellex of Unley first opened their showroom. And for those 40 wonderful years, Sellex of Unley has been manufacturing quality handcrafted mahogany lounge, bedroom, dining and office furniture.
Hi, Scott Selleck here. To thank you for supporting us over 40 great years of business, we're reducing the prices on our entire range. Come in and help us celebrate.
Save at Selleck's 40th birthday sale. On now. Sellex of Unley, Adelaide's home of reproduction furniture. Open 7 days on Unley Road, opposite the Metro Shopping Centre.
Ball bounced down. Bartamucci comes through, but Shirley locks him up. Another bounce down to take place. In fact, Corey, Walker has kicked 2.
Yeah, George told me he kicked 1,
Corey.
though. George told me he kicked 1.
I heard him say that. Don't listen to George. Ball to be bounced down. Lindsay up against Romran. Gets the tap to. Lindsay finds the skipper in Colville. Cotton finds him behind play. Lindsay, Robran have words. And a little bit of a throw of the arms too, but a little bit like a slap rather than anything forcible, George.
Yeah, the ruck duels. Have you seen them? Like Lindsay against Robran.
Not a huge impact on the game, I wouldn't have thought, but the fact that Lindsay hasn't had a big impact probably hurts the Eagles more than vice versa. Gallagher has the ball. Can he keep the ball in play? Colville's taken out. In fact, he was still being held 5 seconds later. The umpire had his eye on the ball. Ball lace, good work. Wigley went for man. Left the ground, which he should never do. Bassett, in fact, I thought Bowen interfered with Fruin. Crowell under pressure. Spreads the legs and takes control of the ball. Gives to Earl. Earl goes to Hall. They change direction of the ground. Hall was taken late. Free kick down the field. It doesn't really matter as Tempest flare behind play. Nice work by McKenzie. Out of side centre wing as the Eagles attempt to close that margin, which currently stands at 23 points.
They're running now. McKenzie looking for a target. He goes into the middle of the ground. Wigley there stands underneath that one, takes a good mark. He's got Fruin grandstand side, goes for him now. Half forward flank. Fruin's got to unload and find someone here with this. The pass goes out in front of King. I thought he was held onto there by Pitt. The umpire didn't see it that way, and the ball spills out of bounds about 15 metres around from the Eagles' goal at the southern end of the Norwood Oval.
Look, I've been looking here for some of Macca's game plans, and I don't see anything that really excites me. Norwood Oval is a small oval. Can Norwood beat Centrals? That's what I'm looking for, Rob Popplestone.
Well, we'll find out because I think they play next week, don't they? Alistair Clarkson here to have a look at the Norwood side tonight. There's ball ace in the full back line, finds Stephen Pitt. He's got the Eagles' goals 25 metres behind him, and he's got a little bit of room to move out on the outer side. Looks for his captain in James Matthews. provides a pretty good contest. James gets up quickly though and soccers the ball off, gained 35 metres, valuable metres too. Earl stops and Prop's going to get around his Norwood opponent. He can. The kick isn't spot on when it needed to be. Jeffries is under pressure. He's taken high too. I can see that from 222 metres away. The umpire was within 5 and couldn't. Jeffries not happy. Norwood crowd not saying too much. It's always a good sign that maybe it wasn't there. Ball to be thrown back in. Lindsay again against Robrin. And Robrin gets the first tap down. And he goes as far as Shirley. Here they go.
Yeah, on the end of that one, McClure looked pretty good. Goes towards the goal square. How's this going to sail? Looks pretty good. The goal umpire's right on the line. George has called it home. It is. The Eagles have another one. Well, they're keeping well and truly in this contest. It was a 23-point ball game. We're back to 17. The Eagles are still in this. We've played 10.5 minutes of the final term. You're listening to 5DN Footy.
Adelaide Cup long weekend, and the only place to be is Adelaide Cup Day at the Wafford Racecourse. Get your friends together, dust off your hats, and get a buzz from a day at the races. Enjoy the newly renovated grandstand, picnic in the centre of the track, tap your feet to live music, let the kids loose on the free rides, have a flutter on the horses, or just parade around in that new outfit you're wearing. However you spend it, you'll have a great day. The 2002 Smoke-Free Adelaide Cup, Monday, May 20 from 10 a.m. Be part of the excitement.
It's up and over.
McClure's on fire, gets that one out of the centre, goes towards Colville, can't quite get a handle on it. Walker's working hard in there, 40 metres out from the Eagles' goal. The Redlegs try and get that one out, can't quite do it. McKenzie's there, he gets a kick into a forward 50, about 20 metres out from goal. Ground level, working hard, King's there also, Colville working hard, but they have the numbers of Redlegs and they should relieve the pressure here. Hand pass over the top to Ball-Ace. Oh, he's got time and space and lots of it. Runs away now, 60 metres out from his defensive goal, goes inboard, but finds Lindsay. Lindsay on the burst, the big fella, oh, look out, here he goes, inside the forward 50 again, 30 from goals, defensive fist. Norwood, what can they do this time? They mop up nicely through Benjamin Wilson, goes out towards the centre wing out of side, and Bartamucci takes the mark. Can they set up a forward thrust here? Bartamucci towards centre half forward, running on hard now. Cotton's been good tonight. What can he do this time? Steps his way out of trouble, but good tackle applied by Jeffries. His hand pass over the top, rather. The hand pass, I should say, came from Hall, but it went as far as Jeffries, who was on the ground, tackled immediately, and will have a bounce down 50 metres out from the Redlegs goal.
Yes, don't know what to make of Norwood at the moment. They'll just trying to see what they're doing, but they're looking a bit flustered at the moment, Rob Popplestone. They're expecting the Eagles to put pressure on them, and really Cotton should have just gone straight for goals there, but he just waited to be tackled.
Yeah, not as much flow in their game as early, but here we go. Cotton, the game breaker. He's the best man on the field as far as Corey Wingard's concerned, and he's getting the ball at crucial times. That is his 4th goal of the evening, and that could well be the match winner. Norwood 14-10, that's a total of 94. The Eagles 11-5, 71. You're listening to Footy on 5DN.
Yes, good work, Jared Cotton. As you mentioned, one of the better players on the ground. 4 goals from his half-forward flank. He's been a very good player. Well, just a little bit critical of him earlier because I thought he could have run straight for the ball and gone straight for goal, but just capitalised and came and rectified his mistake. But we just see an interchange. Scotty Ball-Ace coming off, and coming on is the dangerous Daniel Morton.
You know what, as a coach, I wouldn't risk him, and I hope that this doesn't happen. But he's been on the bench. He's cooled down. He's been subject to hamstring problems before. The game looks to be in their hands already. Let's see what happens.
27 touches for Ball-Ace tonight. Thanks very much, John Nankiville and Money Options. The Eagles go forward this time. Wise, tough in tight, tries to squeeze a hand pass out. Taken high, says the umpire. Was probably there, but probably wasn't the toughest free kick of the night. The umpire has paid, and it goes to Wise. All the same, 55 out from goal. The Redlegs fans, none too pleased, I can tell you. They're throwing fists and stuff in the direction of the umpire. They're not real happy at all. Ball 30 out from goal, squeezing his way through. King snaps on goal. Not quite, just away to the right. George Fiazzi thought he might have squeezed that one through the middle. Wasn't to be. 94 plays 72 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. We've played almost 14 minutes of the final term. And Norwood bring the footy back in. They go to the outer side and they find Stephen Pitt. Holds up play, chips it over the top. They're keeping possession now, the Redlegs. Just hanging on to the footy. 22-point ball game. As I said, we played 14 minutes of this final term. Waiting for options. They go long along the boundary line now, looking for a big fly. Yerbury gets his hands to it, can't quite hang on to it. Ball's at ground level. Both sides have players in over the top of the footy, and the umpire is forced to come in and have a bounce right underneath the big light tower on the outer side.
Yep, indeed. It is the Cutaway Mini Skips light tower here at the parade. Norwood 14-10-94. The Eagles 11-6-72. A change being made. In fact, Jonathan Robran coming off. And coming on for the Redlegs is James Wasley for his 11th SANFL game. The ball currently on the half-forward flank for the Eagles. They trail by 22 points. The bounce down will take place.
Is that his first run of the afternoon, even?
No, I think he's had one other run.
Is that a run?
Yeah, just one other one.
But Josh King, his second game of SANFL footy, what have you thought of him for the Eagles?
Showed some pretty good signs, hasn't he? Against some class opposition. Jeffries fights hard with the ball. Outer side wing. Again, it'll be a bounce down. Well, momentum early with the Eagles. They did add 3 goals to now the Redlegs 2, but they just looked as though they might threaten. Redlegs have stopped that momentum.
It's only 22 points. Only 22 points in this contest, and Eagles can quickly score a couple of goals on this small Norwood Oval.
Yeah, they'll need to get the next one. Actually, they'll need to get the next 2, won't they?
That's
just to get them a little bit of momentum. You think if the Redlegs get the next one, it's all over?
You think that?
I think that. Ball thrown back in. Corey Wingard will see what he can do for the Eagles here.
See if we can't get them a goal just to keep the contest alive. But Norwood at the moment doing it quite comfortably. The umpire's helping out because he's paid a free kick to the Eagles. Half-forward flank outer side.
Who is the umpire?
Called it for legging. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Goes the way of Jeffrey. He's called play on because the Norwood player threw it back to Jeffries. He didn't catch it, so it was called play on. They go inside the forward 50 all the same. Big fly there from Walker. Off hands. McClure at ground level squeezes it to Sikalala. Oh, I like this snap. This could go in. I think it has. No, it hasn't. Just a minus score. Pretty good effort that from Sikalala. 73 plays 94 now. It's a 21-point ball game. Poppy's called it. They need the next one. Probably the next 2 if they're going to stay in this contest, the Eagles. The Redlegs bring the ball back in. They come grandstand side. Centre wing bound. Dose does that one. He didn't know where it was. Fruin tries to bottle it up. He does well. 1v3, and we come out with a draw. A bounce just around from the 5D end commentary box. We've played almost 17 minutes of this last term.
Yes, Corey Wingard, and as we said, it's a great crowd here for Norwood Oval. I reckon it's about 4,837 people. What about yourself, Poppy?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. We've just got the attendance figure, and you're right, 4,837. I did say 5,000 at the start of the evening, and I was ridiculed, and I apologise for being 163 off.
That sort of thing happens. I think George mentioned something like 7,000 or 8,000 people, but he was a bit over the top.
Not that he's one to exaggerate.
Ball thrown in. Lindsay there searching for a body. Threw both arms out. Couldn't find Yerbury. He managed to get the tap. Carslake kicks it forward towards centre half forward. Bartamucci and Jason L. lead back on the race for the footy. The Duke grabs it. Cleverly done. Squeezes it out to Crowell. He walks into trouble. Lays a hand pass off to Colville. His give over the top finds McClure, the helmeted one. On the right boot goes towards centre half forward. They need a mark here, the Eagles, but Wilson chips in and takes a good defensive mark for the Redlegs. He plays away quickly now, switches play to the outer side, set to task for Bound. Bound chases after it. Big fella does well to pick it up one-handed inside the forward 50. Cotton and Matthews. Cotton tried the push. Matthews held onto him. Going back though, Fruin. Cotton picks it up, tries to squeeze out of trouble, can't get himself out of that one, and Fruin comes up with the footy and relieves for the Eagles. Shocking kick to centre half back though. Dribbles a pass to Wise. He's good enough to gather it. Gets it across to Colville. Up towards centre half forward. Big fellas go. Walker provided a contest. Lindsay good at ground level. Needs to get the footy out now. Walker tries to tap it to the advantage of a teammate. The umpire's found a free kick in there against Yerbury. He said push. Big Lindsay in the back.
Yeah, it's Jeff Brown.
I'd hate to guess. Ball with Lindsay now, centre half forward. Waits for a couple of players to go for him. The umpire calls him off now. Not sure why. Didn't break his line, but the kick goes up. It's a bit of an up and under one at the bottom there. Matty Dawes doing well. Shares it across though. The Eagles player manages to steal it from him. Goes towards the goal line. King it was, I think, on the last line there, trying to hang on to one. Couldn't do it, and it's rushed through for another minor score. 74 plays 94, 20-point ball game. We've played 18 and a half minutes of the final term.
Calabrese comes off the bench and then comes into play straight away. His left foot kick from left half forward. Back, in fact, goes to left half forward now towards Jared Cotton. He's set upon by 2 Eagles opponents. Can he get the ball out? He can't. In fact, the Eagles can, though, through Chapman. From right half back now, they try to set her up through the corridor. McKenzie, front position, kept a level head under pressure. Get himself out of trouble, or can he? He can. Now Chapman, he's under all sorts of bother as well. Taps it forward to Colville. Colville's in trouble. Handball's more in hope than anything else. Carslake hits Sikalala. Someone must have short Oh, no. It was a good contest. Come on.
And Chapman's down behind the play. He's struggling to get up, but he's running away now.
It's very frustrating. Anyway, the Redlegs go forward through. Danny Morton picks it up beautifully with one hand. On the left foot, goes looking for Bartamucci. And he find that player? No, he can't. Well, what's happened here? Play-on's the call. Chapman, right half-back flank for the Eagles, goes looking for Daniel Wise. He's in trouble with the brick wall, I would have thought, after pressure from Carslake, but takes the mark nevertheless. Goes inboard where Colville's got a bit of room to move, and he's got Fruin as an option. He uses that option, and now Fruin just gallops through the centre of the parade and finds Skipworth. Well, he dropped what he should have taken. He's good at roaming off the packs, but dropped a chest mark, and now it's Dawes who opens up the door for Doreen, whose kick out towards the outer side of the ground is poor, and out of play on the full.
Certainly is. Jeffries will take the resultant free kick on the outer side of the Norwood Oval. Spears a pass in. Good lead that time from King. Did well to take it. Chest mark. 45 from goal. We've liked some of the signs he's shown tonight for the Eagles fans. Spears a pass inside the forward 50. Looking for Walker. Gets two hands up to it. Couldn't quite hold it. At ground level, Skipworth. What can he do? AFL quality player. Can't quite do much there. Spears a hand pass out towards Jeffries. His little chip kick over the top finds Sikalella. And he has it now. 45 from goal on a fairly tight angle. About a 75-degree angle, one would suggest.
Corey Wingard, your Tower man of the match. We were obviously here at the 20-minute mark of the final term. You must have some idea who you believe may be the Tower man of the match tonight.
Yep, I reckon Jared Cotton's looking pretty good for the $50 voucher myself, as Sikalella has a shot for goal. Looks pretty good from a long way out. That's a lovely leg from Justin Sikalella. It's the goal they needed, but is it too late? That's their 12th. They move along now to 12-8.
14 points.
80. Norwood 14-10-94 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. It is a 14-point margin. We've played 21 minutes of the final term. You're listening to 5DN Footy.
To get up to 55% off Manchester, get into Sheridan Australia factory outlets. Clearance sale ends May 26. Big bargains store-wide. Did you hear me? Store-wide. Manchester. Sheets, quilt covers, bedspreads and more. Reduced by up to 55%. Sheridan quality bargains store-wide with towels from just $9.95. Only at Sheridan Australia factory outlets, Actil Avenue, Woodville and 101 Glen Osmond Road, Eastwood. Hurry, sale ends May 26.
Ball through Lindsay. Now Colville gets the Eagles to within 50 again. Important play here for the visiting side. Ball ace. Well, picks that one off his shoelaces. Kicks towards Gallagher. He overruns it. Wasn't bad play by him, though. It was good play in the end by the Redlegs to bring the ball out of play as Wigley couldn't get a clean possession. Half-forward flank, just metres to our right here at the 5DN commentary position, grandstand side. The Eagles kicking to the northern end, or the parade end of the Norwood Oval. Throw in. Good work, Shirley.
I think it's south.
Is that south? Southern end, I apologise, you're right too, which makes the other end the north, of course.
Only Corey picked it up, but can the Eagles get back in? 14-point ball game. Norwood have had all the play tonight, but the Eagles are still in this.
Ball thrown up by the umpire. Lindsay tries to have a double dip at that one. Goes towards Colville, hits his boot, bounces inside the line. The umpire sees it differently to me. Calls it out of bounds. And the free kick will go the way of Danny Morton, I'm sure. And Colville is beckoning to the umpire the same thing I feel. It did actually bounce inside. Ball goes up along the centre wing, grandstand side at the back there. Gallagher showed good pace. Flicked up there by Yerbury. The umpire's seen it that way too, Poppy. It was a throw from Yerbury. Yerbury's trying to claim I don't know what. But the free kick will go the way of Chapman. He hands it across to Matthews. Matthews is forced to send it back from whence it came. Up there looking for Lindsay on centre wing. At the back, Calabrese. Also at the back, Wilson shares it nicely with Morton. And they set something up here, the Redlegs. They go towards the centre half forward position. True. McLean there at the back receives the hand pass. Just guides a pass across to find a teammate. Does just that. And they have it now. 55 out from goal. The ball is with Crouch. Crouch has it 55. Will probably be kicking from almost 60 metres. We've played 23.5 minutes of this final term, so if he chews up some time, it can't hurt Norwood's cause. 94 plays 80, 14-point ball game on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. Crouch is fancying himself, or is he just chewing up the time as I suggested? Daniels runs right down inside the forward 50. Hayden Walker goes with him. They chew up a bit more time and they come across to Wilson. Wilson quick to give it to Cotton. Cotton from 55 unloads with that left foot. If he kicks this, he's off to the Tower Hotel for sure. Falls short in the square. Players pile on top of the footy and it is forced through for a rush behind, making it a 15-point ball game. Again, we've played 24 minutes. Not a lot of goals scored this term. The Eagles have kicked 4 Norwood has kicked 2. 6 goals scored for the term. Probably won't be a long one.
It is amazing that we're actually feeling a bit of pressure here for Norwood, because Norwood have had all the play, but the Eagles can still snatch his victory.
Jason Earl brings the ball back into play, finds Gallagher. He goes to within the corridor, and now Yerbury will send the Redlegs forward. Cut off at the pass, or is it? No play on's the call. Wiggly comes grandstand side. Lindsay front position. Calabrese from the back. A big thump. Nice work. Now Gallagher. He runs towards the pocket. Left foot shows some maturity not to blaze away. Goes short to Bartamucci. Appears to be the player, and it's actually the skipper, Brett James, in the left forward pocket, with the Redlegs kicking to the northern end and leading by 15 points. Well, he gets a lot of the ball. In his 134 SANFL games, he's kicked 44 goals. This one is out of player on the full. After going across the face and hitting the point post, it'll be Stephen Hall who brings the ball back into play for the Eagles.
They elect to go out of side, out towards the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. They need to mark here if they're a chance. They get it at ground level. What can they do? Sharing it around, the ball spills towards the boundary line. Inefficient use. The umpire has found a free kick, however, a bit too high, and will go the way of Andrew Crow. Had a quiet night tonight. Spent a fair bit of time on the bench. Crow has it in front of the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard, which has the big Mannix heating and cooling sign on it too. Great supporters of 5DM footy, no doubt about that. Goes towards...
What's happened behind
the
play?
Umpires reported Lindsay. Reported Lindsay for something with Carlo Calabrese. Getting the pencil out of the sock now.
Umpire Jeff Brown.
Gallagher just running off, feeling his thigh there as well, and wincing in a bit of pain. We'll keep an eye on him, because I think he might be a little bit proppy with a thigh muscle. Crouch about to come back on, just getting the all clear from Macca up in the coach's box. And he comes onto the ground. As a result of that report, free kick goes to the Redlegs.
And a 50-metre penalty.
I think it's just coming back and going to them inside the forward 50, George, about 25 from goal. Is that not correct?
That is correct, Corey. You've got it right for a change. Good work.
Thank you very much. Shot on goal. Norwood 14-11-95. The Eagles 12-8-80. They kicked this. Any hope the Eagles had will be snuffed out. Freddie James likes it. The Norwood fans like it. That could be the ball game. They've done it, the Redlegs. They've worked very hard. They're 15th of the night. 15-11, 101. They lead the Eagles 12-8-80 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. We've played almost 27 minutes of the final term. Don't forget, in the last hour, we will be taking calls on 8305-1323, our talkback hour, thanks to the Wakefield Hotel. You're listening to 5DM Footy.
Job prospects pride themselves on understanding your business, your culture and your needs. So when you need to employ someone, you'll have the very best people to choose from. But there's something else job prospects pride themselves on: helping homeless kids get a new start. When you call Job Prospects, you'll be helping these kids too, through the Service to Youth Council. Call Job Prospects, supported by 5DN. Because everybody should have prospects. 8273 5122.
Ball back here on the defensive 50. Rob Shirley has it for the Eagles. Lindsay and Calabrese, well, go a little bit of ballroom dancing behind play. Yes. Now it's McClure. Lindsay gets rid of Morton. Wiggly has the ball, kicks to within 50 metres for the Eagles. Colville taken out of it by Wilson. Nice work to Reen. Nicely roved Arzanos. Sikalala now inboard to Danny Wise. Wasn't a great handball. Needed to be spot on under pressure as Lindsay comes off and McGregor comes on for the Eagles. The Redlegs are trying to get themselves out of trouble in that 50 free kick. It'll be Jeff Brown that pays it. You can hear the crowd. You make your own decision. I've made mine. I think two of these three umpires tonight have been pretty good.
We've been watching the ruckman very closely there, and we're almost suggesting that Calabrese's first name is now Corey.
Yes.
Corey who? Free kicks just, the free kick ledger has just been evened up, 23 apiece. 23 for Norwood, 23 for the Eagles. As
46 free kicks. We're going towards 50 again. Far too many. And a perfect night.
Making sure they're earning their money, the umpires tonight. King has it. Almost directly in front. Should slot this one through. Leaves himself plenty of space between himself and the man on the mark. Puts it through. That is the Eagles 13th for the night. 13-8-86. They still trail Norwood. 15-11-101 on the Cartaway mini-skip scoreboard. You're listening to 5DN Footy.
Stop! Phew, that was close. I stopped in time. When my kids are in the car, it's nice to know my brakes won't let me down. Now I know why Auto Brake Service are Australia's #1 brake specialists.
ABS are vehicle servicing experts, and when it comes to brakes, ABS are Australia's #1. Call 13 22 71.
to ABS, the Aussie brake specialist.
Norwood 15-11, 101. The Eagles 13-8, 86. It's the match of the day, 29.5 minutes into the final quarter. You're listening to Footy on 5DN, thanks to Northern Plumbing Supplies. Ball bounced down. McGregor in the ruck. No, you didn't hear me wrong. It was McGregor. Siren goes. Game over, Norwood. Victors by just 15 points in the end. The final score probably doesn't reflect the fact that Norwood always looked in control of tonight's game. Well, as both teams congratulate each other for a game played in pretty fine spirits, there was some good signs by both clubs, but for Norwood, they just showed a bit more steadiness in dewy and slippery conditions. The report has been made on the Eagles ruckman, Paul Lindsay. It appeared to be for striking the ruckman of Norwood, Carlo Calabrese. Norwood, after losing their first game, George Fiacci, have settled quite nicely to now have 5 on the trot. The Eagles, who were 7th before tonight's game, could slip further down the table. No, they can't, because Glenelg have got a bye. And there wasn't much chance of Glenelg.
Glenelg don't have a bye. Glenelg got North Adelaide, thanks very much. And they're a big chance. They're on the charge.
North Adelaide have the bye.
But as you mentioned earlier, like 15-point margin here at Norwood Oval in favour of the